free tonight and this weekend. Order your favorite steak, pan-fried walleye, salmon, pasta. I love the ribs, big fresh salad, even steak and lobster, any entree, all buy one, get one free. Desserts are also buy one, get one free. I really love that. De-stress with an old-fashioned. Choose from over 20 bourbons, 100 wines, 8 unique dining rooms, and your second dinner is free. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the Holy Hill Shrine, an easy drive from anywhere in our area. Now serving a Saturday fall lunch from 11 till 2. Tables are open. Call and reserve your free dinner. Arrive early. Serving starts at 4. It's the Fox and Hounds.
With over 57 years of experience, family-owned Yutka Fence installs high-quality fencing with residential options, including vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and ornamental fences. Committed to craftsmanship and customer service, Yutka Fence doesn't just build fences, they build relationships based on care, trust, precision, and protecting what matters most. Mention you're a WTMJ fan for 10% off your project. Schedule your free estimate today at yutkafence.com or call 262-859-3226.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power during our used car rate reduction sales event. Shop 600 quality pre-owned vehicles with no money down and no payments until 2026. Interest rates are coming down, so let us try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check us out. Go to ewaldauto.com for locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
With approved credit, see dealer for details.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts. Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Friday, October 10th, our top story. Game 5 will come to Milwaukee.
I'm Erik Bilstad. We have a Nobel Peace Prize winner.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Everything is in the clear at the moment. No major delays around the area and no incidents either. Just a broken down vehicle right on 94 northbound near the Mitchell interchange, and it's out of traffic. So everything looks good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a slight chance of showers this morning, and a few showers that seem to be breaking up as they approach Lake Michigan this morning, but keep an eye to the sky with a high of 66 degrees. Today, mainly clear skies tonight and chilly low temperatures dipping below 40 degrees away from Lake Michigan. Milwaukee right now at 51. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the NLDS heads back to Milwaukee. This is the last one, Game 5.
1-1 coming. Drive to right, and Happ has given the Cubs a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Ian Happ's 3-run home run off Freddie Peralta in the first inning was all the runs the Cubs would need. They would get some more. 6-0, the final, evening the series at 2 games apiece.
Through 4 games, the Cubs offense has scored 11 first-inning runs against Brewers starting pitching.
First inning is always the toughest for a pitcher, especially in environments like this.
In Game 4, Pat Murphy's lineup scattered just 3 hits.
Boyd was fantastic. He made pitches. How much money did they give him? $39 million. He earned it tonight. He was great.
The series shifts back to Milwaukee for a decisive Game 5 on Saturday. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Despite the game's outcome, fans were worked up watching Game 4 at Lonnenkugel's Barrel Yard.
Fans cheered for the Brewers during Game 4 of the NLDS. Kiana Parker says watching the crew go through the highs and lows brings out all the emotions.
Stress, nail biting, heart be pounding, just be holding your breath, don't want to jinx it, just want to be watching it, but you be so excited when they get a good hit, home runs, anything.
Regardless of the outcome of Game 4, Parker says the Brewers will continue their postseason journey.
If they ever lose, they always bounce back.
Sean Brunda, WTMJ News.
That's true. This team is resilient, right? Undaunted. Game 5 is tomorrow night, AmFam Field, 7:08, first pitch.
President Trump says he will plan to travel to the Middle East next week for his role in brokering a ceasefire and hostage exchange deal between Israel and Hamas. Israel's government formally approving the agreement now. Its military saying the ceasefire has begun. Bradley Blackburn from CBS News.
Massive smoke plumes filled Gaza's skies hours after Israel's government approved the Phase 1 ceasefire framework with Hamas that includes the release of all remaining Israeli hostages in exchange for the release of hundreds of Palestinian prisoners.
Combined military and diplomatic pressure that isolated Hamas, I think, has brought us to this point.
Israel is now tasked with pulling back its military forces to an agreed-upon line within a certain time frame. Hamas is expected to turn over the remaining 48 hostages, both alive and deceased, early next week.
The ceasefire marks a key step toward ending, ultimately, the 2-year war that's killed tens of thousands in Gaza.
President Trump and many of his supporters have said that he should be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, the honor has been announced this morning, and it is going to a Venezuelan opposition leader, 58-year-old woman who remains in hiding, honored with the Nobel Prize. Marina Corina Machado of Venezuela, celebrated as, quote, a key unifying figure in a political opposition that was once deeply divided.
As the leader of the democratic forces in Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado is one of the most extraordinary examples of civilian courage in Latin America in recent times.
That is the chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee in Oslo this morning. Machado becomes the 20th woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem now saying ICE will expand its presence in Chicago beyond the current suburban Broadview facility.
We're purchasing more buildings in Chicago to operate out of. We're going to not back off. In fact, we're doubling down, and we're going to be in more parts of Chicago in response to the people there.
Secretary Noem said the move has been authorized by the president, did not elaborate on where the building purchases would be. Secretary Noem also defending the controversial deployment, saying the federal government will act with or without state approval.
A hospital employee in Racine is facing charges for leaving her disabled child in a car while she went to work.
26-year-old Kayla Hamilton has been charged with felony child neglect. According to our news partners at TMJ4, police say she left her nonverbal autistic daughter in a car while at work at Ascension All Saints Hospital in Racine. This happened Wednesday night when security staff found the child moving around in a car with a car seat attached to her but not secured to the vehicle. Investigators say the child was wearing a coat but no shoes or socks in the mid-40-degree temperatures. If convicted, Hamilton could face over 3 years in prison. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Coming up, the renovations are finally complete. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News, time 6:05.
Here's the secret no one's telling you about those trendy weight loss shots. Many people gain the weight back after stopping, but there's a better way. Using the Milwaukee Weight Loss proprietary natural-based program, we've helped thousands of people not just lose weight, but keep it off long-term. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 8 weeks while protecting your muscle mass. No side effects, no rebounds. Ready to transform your body for life? You can do this. Schedule your free consultation today at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavidi here. After a summer in the maintenance phase, feeling great, looking great, I'm back in reduction mode with the goal to lose 10 more pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, none of the meals, kits, or shakes, no meds, no injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds plus come off in just a month or two. You can do it. I did it. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hasselus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family. So, your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Imagine turning that unused basement into your family's favorite room. Greg Matzik here from Matrix Basement Finishing. Whether it's a home theater, game room, maybe a bar or office, Matrix Basement Finishing makes it possible. And they only do basements. Their experts design, they build, they transform your basement with style and comfort and that lasting quality that you expect. Visit matrixbasements.com/Matzik for my personal landing page and special pricing. matrixbasements.com/Matzik.
The next time you're due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:08.
Pitcher thought it was actually a decent pitch. His catcher, not so sure. Sports coming up at 6:15.
UW Health is taking part in a new clinical study to see if artificial intelligence can help radiologists interpret mammograms more accurately.
The new clinical trial will examine hundreds of thousands of mammograms, each one randomly assigned for interpretation by a radiologist alone or with the help of an AI tool.
The radiologist has the final say on the interpretation of the mammogram for every mammogram that they look at. We really envision the AI tool kind of as a co-pilot, right, where it's aiding the radiologist to identify cancers.
Dr. Ryan Woods is one of the experts involved in the new trial. UW Health, just one of 7 sites across the country taking part.
We were very happy to participate as the only site in the Midwest.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are considering legislation to ban hemp products in the U.S. Hemp economist Bo Whitney telling WTMJ's Point Taken, hemp is on track to become a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It went from being a kind of a novel market to a market that we forecasted to be between $28.4 billion and $35 billion when all is said and done.
Whitney says that non-intoxicating hemp products, for example CBD, have helped patients with inflammation, pain, and anxiety.
It's going to be a big weekend in downtown Milwaukee. After months of construction, the renovations at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater are finished.
We like to think about how you walk into the theater as a public person, so there's more accessible spaces for them as well.
The $80 million project had architects facing a unique challenge, preserving the historic building without the original remodel designs. The drawings for the original renovations done in 1986 were lost in a flood. Principal at Fisher Dax Associates Robert Campbell tells WTMJ.
There's more architectural tricks that had to be done, but the ability to bring more of the existing building inside, that was a game changer.
The grand opening of the new Milwaukee Rep is this Saturday. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Saturday night, Bernadette Peters will serenade the crowd.
Singing all the classics.
All the classics.
You would think.
Yeah.
It is 6:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
You know what it's like to go through something you thought would be a cakewalk, but it turned into a crucible? What started as a formality became formative. It changed you. And if you know what that's like, then you can relate to what happened to God's people in the book of Numbers. And maybe you can learn something by listening to their story.
Dr. Michael Ziegler, this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure. Join me every Saturday for Experience Wisconsin. We check in with communities across the state for the best and brightest spots around Wisconsin. Fall's a beautiful time. Plan your trip now and let us help you. It's a fun show, and I love it. The guest this week, the Wisconsin Historical Society. I think we're going to actually talk about Old World Wisconsin with Dan Hess, and we'll travel to Elkhorn. Kate, Abby, and Elkhorn. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Experience Wisconsin every Saturdays right here on 620 WTMJ.
6:11. Debbie, what do you see on the roads this morning?
Well, we're seeing actually a pretty good ride. It's a Friday, so light volume around the area, pretty much full freeway speeds all over the place, even through that construction zone at around Good Hope Road on 41. So knock on wood, everything is going well. Everybody's playing nicely. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a slight chance for a few morning showers. Otherwise, late-day sunshine expected. Temperatures topping out in the mid-60s. Mainly clear tonight. Lows dip back into the upper 40s lakeside. A few places in the upper 30s far inland. Mostly sunny for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will get the high temperatures into the mid-60s. Next chance of rain overnight Sunday into early Monday. It'll be partly sunny at the start of the week. High of 68 on Monday. Sunshine is back on Tuesday with highs in the low 60s. Meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 51.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
For months, For months, we've been hearing about the Nobel Peace Prize. When have you ever heard about the Nobel Peace Prize before it's actually awarded?
It sneaks up on you. You read about it or hear about
You're
it
like,
that
this
morning.
happened.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the thing. But we've heard about this one that was announced this morning because the president was all for it.
Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements.
President Trump, who has had a run here of late of trying to get in the middle of, trying to come to deals with for multiple different conflicts across the globe. Some have had more success than others, but he's been in the middle of a lot of these, and he had been kind of pushing for the Nobel Peace Prize. So, did he get the honor? No. Venezuelan opposition leader, a 58-year-old woman who remains in hiding, Marina Corina Machado of Venezuela, is your Nobel Peace Prize honoree.
She is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela.
So that is Jürgen Friednis. Just moments ago, he's the chair of the Nobel Committee in Oslo.
In the past year, Ms. Machado has been forced to live in hiding, despite serious threats against her life.
So he was asked. After this, they meet the reporters, and one of the reporters did ask, like, hey, so, President Trump there in America and a lot of his supporters had said that he should win. What's your take on that? And he gave a very diplomatic response.
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this committee have seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year.
So first of all, I thought that was interesting. So apparently they get campaigned a lot. And he claims that, no, when we're in the room, that we cannot look at any of that.
We're just this committee sits in a room filled with the portraits of all laureates, and that room is filled with both courage and integrity. So we base only our decision on the work and the will of Alfred Nobel.
You got to think he had that answer prepared.
He was ready for the question. Well,
or maybe not. Who knows?
In terms of the president's efforts, I mean, had the Middle East peace deal come to fruition 5 months ago or 6 months ago, and had here since then held,
that's a good
that
point.
Also can change the calculus. This is new. What's happening in the Middle East right now was not part of this decision.
Right. Obviously.
So in the coming year, we hear the same buzz.
That's a great point.
Maybe next year
holds. Maybe next year if
depends on what happens in Ukraine. 6:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
Vince Vitrano for Shopco Optical. I went so many years without using my vision benefits that I was paying for, even as my eyesight started to strain. So only a few months left on the calendar year here. So if you have not taken care of your annual checkup, time to get on the schedule and do that. I was buying readers off the rack at the convenience store for years, instead of getting a real comprehensive eye exam and custom lenses designed for my specific vision needs. And the difference is real. I see so much better when I'm reading now. And insurance covered so much of the cost, including for my first pair of glasses. Visit the folks I know and trust for my eye care. Call Shopco Optical or get started online at shopco.com to schedule an appointment.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
You didn't have to stay up till the end to see the most important play of the game at Wrigley Field.
1-1 coming. Drive to right, and Happ has given the Cubs a 3-0 lead.
He didn't even wait for that thing to leave the infield.
Peralta was trying to go up with the fastball. Didn't get it up enough.
No, they didn't. Yeah, it was that high fastball. See, if you've been reading some of the scouting reports and some of the stories they've been talking about, Cubs hitters have been going for that high cheese. So the Brewers have been taking advantage of that and striking out a lot of these guys, including Ian Happ. That pitch just didn't seem like it got high enough. Freddie Peralta, after the game, said he liked it.
For me, it wasn't a mistake. It was the pitch that we wanted, and he just was able to hit it.
So he said it wasn't a mistake. Here's what William Contreras said through an interpreter.
It could have been better. I think it could have been a better pitch.
Well,
not high enough.
Either way, Cubs took that early lead, and the Brewers left their bats at the hotel. They fall 6-0. They got just 3 hits.
Then you get them on the bus.
Yeah, they didn't even bring them to the yard. So Game 5, for all the marbles, here we go. This is why you have home field advantage, because of this opportunity you have tomorrow night at AmFam Field.
Pack it. We
Yes.
got to pack it.
Mm-hmm. So who do you pitch? It'd be a good old-fashioned bullpen game no matter what, right? So both teams will use whatever they can. Looks like the Cubs will likely go with Shota Imanaga. He's the guy who got roughed up in Game 2. As for the Brewers, it's possible maybe they go Aaron Ashby again and do
for a few.
Yeah,
right?
maybe do an inning or an inning and a half or something like that. Then Mears or something. They've done that before. Now he's had kind of a rough series, but do you go Ashby? Who knows? Maybe Quinn Priester gets a few innings. I mean, he didn't pitch that many. He only threw like 30-some pitches in the Game 3 start.
Is the Miz out?
Well, one guy that will remain getting some innings.
The Miz.
Yes, the Miz will likely get some time.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball at 102, up and out of the zone. Swing and a miss, fastball at 104.
So no matter what, you can expect to see the Miz. Is he starting? I would doubt that. But the Miz will play an integral part of Game 5 tomorrow night at AmFam Field. 7:08 first pitch right here on WTMJ Radio. We should also point out we already know who's advancing to the NLCS on the other side. It is the Dodgers.
Hess breaks his bat. Kirkring gotta find it. Throws to the plate. Oh my goodness! He throws it away, and the Dodgers have won.
What a way to lose! Oh, walk off in the 12th inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the pitcher kind of sailed at the home plate on a ground ball to him.
Where the clear out at first was there.
Yeah, instead he threw it home, and it was wild. Dodgers win. BA with the call there on TBS. So Dodgers are waiting for whoever wins Game 5 tomorrow.
Tough night in Philadelphia, too. The Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football 34-17. I guess you can ungrease the poles there in Philly. If you know, you know. Packers could be without kicker Brandon McManus on Sunday. He injured his kicking leg quad in practice this week. Head coach Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, that's a major concern right now. So we'll see how he's doing today and tomorrow, and then we'll have a plan ready to go.
Yeah, took us a season and a half to find a guy who could be counted on for a chip shot, much less 50-plus with a game on the line, right?
All right. No, you're just in a... Stop it. Stop.
Avoiding a boat race in prime time. Badgers and Hawkeyes kick off at Camp Randall, 6 p.m. tomorrow. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers Playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Annex Wealth Management. For retirement and investment planning, a focused strategy is crucial. Annex Wealth Management offers personalized guidance to help you tackle these challenges effectively. So Annex begins by assessing your current financial picture. No matter how varied or complex your investments are, they've worked with portfolios of every kind, and their financial planning team reviews and analyzes your current assets, delivering a customized strategy. It's rooted in fiduciary principles. What that means is they're focused on your interests, not on their commissioned products that they want to sell you. If you're part of the Wisconsin Retirement System pension program, you'll want to join Annex for a specialized webinar. Understand your WRS pension. It's on Tuesday, October 21st. Join Steve Scafidi and members of the Annex financial planning team who have significant experience navigating WRS. More information and sign up at annexwealth.com/events. What you do now matters. It's time to work with Annex for investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. Start the conversation today by visiting annexwealth.com and clicking Get Started.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Unfortunately, it's not too early to start thinking about those upcoming heating bills. At Hometown's huge New Berlin showroom, you can compare energy-efficient windows from Anderson, Pella, Marvin, and more. Like me, you'll get a dedicated project consultant to guide you to the products that best fit your home, style, and budget, along with employee carpenters who respect your home. Do what I did. Contact Hometown Windows and Doors today. Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. 414-329-1200 or online at hometownwindows.com.
Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Debbie's got an update on the drive to work.
Yep, it's looking pretty good right now. Building volume on northbound 41 as you're making your way up past Burleigh. But other than that, really not seeing any slowdowns and no incidents, knock on wood. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Got some more showers in the Madison area. They may or may not make it here to southeast Wisconsin this morning. We leave the chance in the forecast. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies later today with a high of 66. Mainly clear with low temperatures below 40 degrees inland, just below 50 degrees if you're lakeside. And for the weekend, mostly sunny, high 64 Saturday. Sunday's high 65 under mostly sunny skies. Chance of rain in the afternoon or evening. Right now at 51.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat, I don't tip the boat over. Rock the boat, I don't rock the boat.
Remember that time earlier this year when all the talk was about that boat that was stuck on the shoreline?
It was. We spent whole shows on it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, it sure seemed like
it was a lot.
And what was so fascinating about that storyline, about that boat, which was beats for months and months and months and months, a lot of finger pointing and a lot of like, well, it's not, hey, we got to pay for it. Who's going to, it's the parks, no, it's the city and all that kind of stuff. Well, the DNR's got to get involved with this.
I think that's a very accurate depiction.
And
of what
it was very symbolic of unfortunate incompetence, right? And just not being able to find a leader to take hold of that situation and fix it. And instead it sat there. And then they ended up paying a lot of money for it. And they still tried to sell it. And like it was just silly from the start, right? I bring that up because we're kind of seeing that happen again.
Again, because we've seen it already.
Again. All right, so yes,
the
Milwaukee flag. We have a Milwaukee flag. It's that really old, dated one with all the stuff on it that's almost becoming retro cool again because it's so old and dated.
Maybe that's the plan.
And then there was that new one that was created, the one with the sun in the middle rising over Lake Michigan. It's the yellow and blue one. That, by the way, like I have a sticker that says City Public Works Department on it with that flag on it.
Oh, like I've seen a lot of official stuff that has that on there.
Yes, the city has basically adopted that flag, right? Well, then they tried to make that the official flag. It fell through. So now Alderman Peter Bergelis has pushed this new Milwaukee task force through. And you might recall this summer, they said, hey, we're going to do this Milwaukee task force. We're going to have 10 members on this board, from a variety of different areas. We want to be all inclusive, and then we're going to take submissions, and then we're going to announce a new flag, and we'll vote on it. And have one by the next birthday in Milwaukee, which is early next year. Like, hey, okay, we're all set. Well, so then they had a couple of meetings and nothing happened. So I reached out to Venus Williams. She is the executive director of the task force. And I just sent her a note and I said, hey, just checking in on this. And I never heard back. And that's fairly normal. We go through that a lot. Like oftentimes when you're reaching out to some of these folks, either it doesn't do them any good to respond back to you, or they just don't know who you are. That's normal as a reporter. That's not unheard of. Anyway, reached out to her again like a month later. And this is what she responded to me with just a couple of days ago. Hello, we have a slight holdup on the city's end. I will keep you posted. And I was like, hold up? And it's on the city's end. What?
Didn't the city assign you all to do this? Right. So what more do you need?
So I reached out to Bergelis, and I'm like, hey, man, just checking in. Like, where are we at with this? Thought that this was going to be a lot further than, that we are along, because you guys wanted to have submissions in September. And now we haven't heard anything about submissions, and it's already almost mid-October. So Alderman Bergelis writes me back, hey, Eric, I checked with the task force and received this reply yesterday. And he sends me a screen cap of his back and forth with Venus, the executive director I was just telling you about. And he writes, hi, Venus, it's Peter Bergelis. When will the task force start accepting submissions? And she writes back, hello, as soon as the city attorney drafts the waiver. That's been the holdup. I'll check on it again tomorrow. So they're waiting on the city attorney. Alderman Bergelis writes back, Well, I spoke with the city attorney about this yesterday, and they told me that there are a number of questions they're waiting for answers on from the task force. Meaning, hey,
my God.
Yeah, so they still need stuff from
Hello,
you.
hand. This is Foot. What are you up to today?
So then she writes back, "Good morning. That's news to me." So here's
round and round.
So the task force. So the alderman sends this screen cap to me, and he includes a member of the city attorney's office. He includes a member of the chief of staff's office there of the mayor's office in the email saying, "Hey, Eric, here's everyone involved. Here are all the players. I don't know. You tell me." And he sends me the screen cap. So
he might be grateful to you.
So I reached out.
Thanks for pushing.
Yeah. So I reached back. Okay. So is it this waiver that I'm hearing about? Is that the issue here?
And what waiver?
Yeah. Well, I mean, oftentimes there is a lot of fine print stuff that you do have to do for anything that goes through the Common Council, any ordinance, anything. There is a lot of that you never really realize.
I guess
Fiscal
pick a
notes,
flag.
You know what I mean? But like there is a lot of that kind of stuff.
Can't they handle that on there then? Why does that stop this group from doing their work?
So I reached out to the group and I heard back from the chief of staff in the mayor's office and it says, last I heard there was some additional information the city attorney's office was looking for. Deferring to Evan on this. And he means Evan Goike there. So I guess, so they're waiting on the city attorney's office, who's waiting on the Milwaukee task force, who's waiting on the city attorney's office. And here we are, still sitting here waiting to find out the end of this story. In the meantime, this is where we are right now.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 243 points to 46,358. The NASDAQ closed at 23,025. That was off 19. And the S&P 500 down as well. That finished down 19 points to 67.35. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10.23 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Mars Fun Size Candy, $4.49. 8.1 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Bear Creek Soup Mix, $3.49. 128 ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon Frozen Dairy Dessert, $5.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny D Citrus Drinks, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The Gaza war a step closer to an end. The first phase of a ceasefire agreement is now in effect, says ABC's Mary Bruce at the White House.
This morning, joy and relief as a ceasefire is now in effect, paving the way for the remaining hostages to be released early next week after being held by Hamas for more than 2 years. In Gaza, thousands seen heading north back to Gaza City, just moments after the ceasefire was made official.
No Nobel Peace Prize, though, for President Trump. It's awarded to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. No pay for U.S. military members October 15th if the government shutdown's not resolved by then. And the Senate left Washington Thursday without passing a funding bill. U.S. troops have never missed a paycheck because of a shutdown. New York Attorney General Letitia James called bank fraud and false statement charges against her baseless and accused President Trump, who pushed for those charges, of weaponization. This is ABC News.
Looking pretty good right now. We've got full freeway speeds around most of the area, although we do have northbound 41 tightening up a bit between North Avenue and Burleigh. A little bit tight right through the Good Hope Road area on the southbound side, but otherwise everything else is rolling along well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
High of 66 degrees today. Slight chance this morning of some showers, otherwise partly cloudy. And mainly clear skies tonight away from Lake Michigan in the upper 30s, upper 40s if you're close to the lakeshore. Right now at 53, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the NLDS is returning to Milwaukee.
Thielbar's pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee.
Cubs socked 3 home runs, including a 3-run shot in the first inning off Freddie Peralta in the 6-0 win over the Brewers. Brewers scattered just 3 hits, were 0-12 with runners on base.
The NLDS comes down to this. 1 game against a division rival for the right to advance. The stakes couldn't be much higher for Pat Murphy's Brewers.
We're going to fight back. We have all season. This is not a team that has strung together a losing streak or anything like that. I admire our team. I have faith in our team, and we'll be ready to play. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5.
The home team has won each game of the series to this point. The winner of Saturday night's contest will face the Dodgers in the NLCS. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
So we know first pitch. It is set 7:08 on Saturday, Game 5 at American Family Field.
It will be the only baseball game tomorrow across the country. New details about a deadly shooting involving an off-duty police officer on Milwaukee's far north side. This officer, off-duty again, 26-year-old man, got into a minor car accident at 8:30 Thursday morning. This happened near 49th and Mill Road. So police say the two were assessing the damage. The driver got out of his car, started pistol whipping the off-duty officer. Then they exchanged gunfire. The driver who originally started pistol whipping the off-duty officer was killed in the shootout.
The officer, I believe, was in plainclothes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He didn't have a body camera on. What video do you have?
We have video. It will be released according to the investigative procedures that we have there, but there is video, very clear video of this incident.
Now, that is Police Chief Jeffrey Norman taking questions on the matter. The 40-year-old officer is being treated at a hospital. He is currently on administrative leave.
Get ready for a final big traffic headache on 894.
Hang in there. Just one more weekend left for the 894 resurfacing project that requires a 54-hour closure. Milwaukee drivers, you've been handling it like a champ. As a reminder, starting tonight at 11 p.m., 894 southbound will be closing between Greenfield Avenue and the Hill until Monday the 13th at 5:30 a.m. Along with this, they'll be closing down the ramps from 94 eastbound to southbound and westbound to southbound in the Zoo interchange to help out with traffic control. As usual, everything is weather dependent. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:35.
Traffic sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team. Like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Potential is like God's love. It lives within everyone and shows us that we are made for more. At Aug Prep, faith ignites excellence in academics, the arts, athletics, and every aspect of our lives. Students don't just realize their full potential, we learn to soar. The #1 K-12 school in Milwaukee is expanding to the North Shore and is now enrolling grades K4 through 6th and 9th. Aug Prep North, made for more. Apply today at augprep.org.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:38.
Disappointed as they were, even some Brewers players appreciate the drama. We hear about that in sports at 6:45.
As long as it ends the right way.
Yeah.
Candy prices getting a little spooky this Halloween season.
Are they?
Headed out to buy Halloween candy soon? Trick or treat! Brace for sticker shock.
Yeah, Reese's!
A report by Wells Fargo's Agri-Food Institute shows cocoa prices have more than doubled since early 2024. While you may find the cost of your favorite candy about the same, you'll likely see smaller offerings. The Institute has found shrinkflation abounds this year. The surge in cocoa prices is linked to heavy rains that triggered black pod disease and crop rot in West Africa, which accounts for about 70% of global cocoa production. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Crop rot.
That didn't sound appetizing.
No, thank you.
And does she mean like smaller, like the bag is the same size, but there are fewer pieces of candy in it? Because they can't actually make the candies any smaller.
I think that would be the good
I mean,
point.
what, are they going to cut the little square that we get now in half?
I mean, you could go to the dollar store and get some of that cheap stuff.
Sure.
But like no one likes that house, right? Getting
I don't think they know the difference between dollar store candy and regular candy. As long as you're throwing candy in there. If you're throwing in bracelets or stickers, nobody likes that house. 6:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Welcome to another episode of Find Your Career Rhythm, brought to you by the LAK Group, who help companies and professionals harness their true potential. LAK, discover your human advantage. Today, I'm speaking with Mike Grubich, co-owner of LAK. And Mike, many companies focus on attracting that top talent, right? The A players, but they often neglect those B players on their teams.
Hi, Vince. And yeah, you're right. Companies do place a significant emphasis on their A players as they lead major projects, high-profile initiatives, and are often on succession plans. However, our experience and recent research from organizations like Google have showed that B players are equally vital to an organization's success and long-term profitability.
Okay, that's interesting, but just as important, Mike?
They really are. In fact, maybe even more so. It may seem counterintuitive, but B players offer qualities that A players often don't. Unwavering reliability, consistent performance, steadfast dedication, and untapped potential for growth. Potential that's often underestimated and overlooked by their managers. These traits are the foundation for sustained success and long-term results.
All right, so how do companies take advantage, Mike?
Finding the right rhythm with your B players starts with 3 key steps. First, evaluate job fit. Second, provide focused support and be intentional and direct with their development. And third, empower them to lead. Give them the permission to take ownership and drive growth. So coaching these B players is really a key.
Yeah, Mike, tell us about the coaching that LAK offers.
Well, we offer a wide range of leadership and career coaching programs, many of which are custom designed to seamlessly integrate into existing company initiatives. One of our most impactful offerings focuses on middle manager coaching. As an executive in a number of companies throughout my career, I've seen firsthand how these programs build confidence, develop future leaders, and equip individuals with the tools they need to excel in their roles and drive organizational success.
That's good stuff, Mike. If you or your company need coaching or career development or LAK's new Coaching on Demand platform, head to LAK's website at transformingcareers.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Rejuvenix Arthritis Pain Clinics. Go to rejuvenix.com for an appointment.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Debbie's got an update on the morning drive here.
All right, still looking pretty good. Starting to get a little heavier through our normal spots. Northbound 41 from Mayfair up to Burleigh, and southbound 41 from the county line to Good Hope Road. Other than that, we're rolling along pretty well across most of the area. Of course, we've got our building volume, but that's perfectly fine. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a few morning hit-and-miss showers. Otherwise, late-day sunshine is expected. Temperatures topping out in the mid-60s. Mainly clear tonight with lows dipping back into the upper 40s lakeside. A few places far inland falling into the upper 30s. The sunshine is back for the weekend. We'll look for high temperatures Saturday and Sunday to top out in the mid-60s. The next chance of rain overnight Sunday into Monday. It'll be partly sunny at the start of the week. High of 68. Sunshine is back on Tuesday with highs in the low 60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
53 in Milwaukee. Worth noting again, and you heard Debbie reporting on it here in the news, they are shutting down a major part of the freeway.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
The southbound lanes, again, of 894 will be closed just south of the Zoo interchange through the Hale all weekend, starting tonight, 11 p.m.
We fix the damn roads.
Yes, Governor, we'll get to you in a moment.
Fixing our roads.
This should be it for the major closures on this particular project. Weather looks good for things so the crews can get it all in. As for Governor Evers, he's got a today road-related event.
Fixing the damn roads and so much more.
Governor Evers and Wisconsin DOT are celebrating today, E. It's a big anniversary.
What are we celebrating?
50th anniversary of Wisconsin's first rustic road designation. I mean, that sounds like a reason to have a party, right?
I mean, we have plenty of those, I'm assuming.
You've seen the rustic road signs before, though, right? Out in the rural parts of, even here in southeast Wisconsin.
Also seen some bad roads, but go ahead.
Yes, well, so they'll be at Rustic Road 1 in Taylor County. Taylor County is about halfway between Chippewa Falls and Wausau.
Okay.
So if you're on Highway 29 there, it's just north of there, right in between. We have 126 rustic roads so designated in our state right now. And here's the definition. To become a rustic road, a roadway must have outstanding natural features, such as rugged terrain, native vegetation or wildlife, or cultural or historic qualities that uniquely set it apart from other roads. It should be a lightly traveled, local access road, at least 2 miles in length, connect with major highways at both ends to form a loop, and should not be scheduled for major improvements, which would change its rustic characteristics. Big for Harley riders. If you know folks who love to ride, they seek out these roads and take these country rides.
Sure.
Now, we may be onto something here. Because we have a lot of roads in southeast Wisconsin that are fairly rustic right now, maybe instead of fixing them, we can just save some money and slap one of these signs on them.
We fix the damn roads.
Right? We're done here. That's right in downtown Milwaukee. Yeah, it's rustic, don't you think?
Though, huh?
Not scheduled for major improvement. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine. So that'll be today in Taylor County. Big construction. Southbound bypass closes for the weekend tonight. Plan accordingly.
This right here is where we're going to start a new 9-year project. Boss, that's a pothole. Hell yeah, it's a pothole. Gonna take 9 years to fix that? It's a big deal.
Welcome back to Ask Hassleus.
What makes Hassleus Mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hassleus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family. So, your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at hassleus.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Landworks Wisconsin. Now is the time to start thinking about bulb planting. Landworks is beginning to fill their fall schedule for this. And best time to plant fall bulbs is when the ground is cool, as we have this week, usually several weeks before the freeze. So fall bulb plantings lead to incredible springtime blooms. And don't forget to start thinking about dormant pruning as well for the winter. That's when the trees and bushes are bare. Easier to properly identify which limbs are best candidates for pruning. Design, build, landscaping projects are a year-round topic. Landworks helps people achieve their outdoor dreams by creating beautiful landscapes. Get started at landworkswisconsin.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
All right, so that's not how you thought it was going to go.
Field Bar's pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee. 6-0 the final score, and it's win or go home time Saturday night in the 414.
Oh, yes, sir. It's going to be a doozy Saturday night at AmFam Field after the Brewers fall to the Cubs 6-0 in Game 4. Freddie Peralta says he's looking forward to being at the game on Saturday because it's time to get back to being the crew again.
We just have to clear our mind and move forward, get some practice or something, whatever. But just get better and show up on Saturday and be us again, especially in Milwaukee.
Yeah, be us again.
Get some practice or something. Thank you, Freddie.
So it's interesting. I really appreciated what Christian Yelich had to say. I'm really starting to always liked Yelly, right? He's been around for a long time, MVP and all that stuff. But he's like the old sage.
His wisdom is starting to come through.
Yeah,
right?
and you really appreciate that. Listen to what he said. We've been talking about this.
It's part of the story, man. You know, sometimes you have to win some big games, and you face some adversity in the postseason.
That's right. It's a part of the story.
Holy cow! Do you believe it? Hey, is this heaven? No, it's Milwaukee.
Yes, think about what this could be. Think about how this could go on Game 5. You got everything on the line. We've been talking about our Brewers movie, right?
Yes.
That we're pitching to Hollywood.
If you were making a movie, would you have them just rip off 3 straight?
No, it's got to be hard.
Down to Game 5.
And think about this, too, the antagonist. We were talking about who the antagonist was. We threw out there like Craig Counsell. You suggested Aaron Savale, which is fantastic. Savale might be on the bump at AmFam Field against the Brewers for the Goliath team. That could all actually happen on Saturday. So think of it from that perspective.
Great. Listen, I'm all in on your movie here, E, just as long as Game 5 ends the way.
So we know who they're going to play if they do or when they do, whatever happens on Saturday. The Dodgers have advanced. They walked off the Phillies in 12 innings on a bases-loaded 2-out, ground-out error by the pitcher. So Dodgers advance 7:08 first pitch here on WDTMJ Radio.
If you need a sports appetizer before the Packers Sunday afternoon, you can see the Bucks for free.
Just play free. Good things going to happen. Just play free.
Go free to the open practice. This is 11 a.m. Sunday at Fiserv Forum. It's free to attend, but you do have to have a ticket. They are available at Bucks.com. Bucks beat the Pistons, by the way, 117-111 in preseason action Tuesday night. Packers and Bengals Sunday. Packers coming off a loss, a tie, and a bye. Head coach Matt LaFleur stating the obvious.
Whether it's win or loss or tie, I don't think we've put together a complete game playing 4 quarters of complimentary football, which is a blessing and a curse.
Curse indeed. Blessing? How so? To have not played a complete game.
It's great, the fact that I think we're far from our best football, so there's a lot to improve upon. And
okay, so to his point, he has the horses. He knows what we're capable of.
Okay.
Says, we're going to get better each day.
Mm-hmm.
Also noted by LaFleur as a, quote, major concern is a quad injury to our kicker, Brandon McManus, unofficially listed by LaFleur as a we'll see for Sunday, 3:25 kick at Lambeau. Badgers host Iowa on Saturday night in Madison, and you've got the Hawkeyes, poised to do what they do. They won last time.
You don't know that.
Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, Siding, and a whole lot more.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Comfort Awnings, and I just want to let you know I reclaimed my outdoor space with a beautiful retractable awning from Comfort Awnings. It's really the best of both worlds. You can enjoy the sun and extend your awning when you need just a little bit of shade. Completely customizable. They're even available with remote control operation and, get this, sensors that retract it when it detects strong winds, which is good, you don't want it ripping off, and extends it when it detects rain so you can listen to the beautiful rain outside. inside stay completely dry. Comfort awnings are also a great deterrent against UV radiation. And right now, you can get a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call Comfort Awnings for your free estimate at 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavini here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. Coming up, we're talking turkey. That's turkey hunting season in Wisconsin. A great vets organization doing some great work for our vets who need our help. And we wrap it up with the waterways of Wisconsin with Milwaukee Riverkeeper. All things Wisconsin Outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Debbie, what do you see on the roads here?
It's looking pretty good right now for the most part. We do have a little bit of a backup on westbound 94 from about 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 41 slowing from about Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound's tightening up right around the curve before you get to Good Hope Road. Otherwise, everything else is rolling along well. No other incidents. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast today sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Slight chance of showers this morning. There is some shower activity over Madison right now, but everything we've seen moving into the area is breaking up as it approaches Lake Michigan. So we'll keep an eye on it this morning. High of 66 degrees. Chilly lows, 49 lakeside, 39 inland tonight. And then Saturday, mostly sunny, high 64. High of 65 on Sunday under mostly sunny skies with just a chance of rain in the afternoon or evening. Milwaukee at 53. 6:54 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Do you feel like we need to get right to predictions with Gabe this morning? Because we have multiple predictions.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, we could.
You want Brewers? You want Packers?
Okay, so
or what? Gabe Neitzel joins us from ESPN Milwaukee.
Which would you prefer, Gabe? Is there one that you'd like to do first before the other one?
No, dealer's choice. I'm a guest in your house.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Now, here's our expert Mark Tauscher's prediction of everything that's going to happen.
All right, thanks,
and the exact score of the game.
Why don't you just tell me the score of the
Brewers
game?
Okay, so I got that part right.
You're an hour early. You're an hour early.
I realized I got replaced.
Thanks for coming by.
Tausch came in, yeah. Tausch came in. Now he's taking my spot. Oh, so this is Brewers?
Next
Am I
up,
supposed to be Tauscher doing my Brewers prediction?
Jason Wilde tells us exactly who will win.
I think the Brewers bounce back. Look, yes, last night was tough. I'm not. You can't sugarcoat it. I understand everybody's upset, but we can't do the thing where we're just turtling up. There's still a game left, and exactly. If you want to be like that today, go ahead and be like that today. But if you're going to the game tomorrow, we need great energy in that ballpark, right? We can't be sitting on our hands. We can't be just ringing them. Oh, I think something bad might happen here. We can't be doing that, okay? Because that is going to reflect, and you need that great energy. You do feel that as a player.
That, yeah.
So you
just
need
described
the
me. Oh no! This is bad. I've seen this before.
Yeah, and look, yeah, we've had heartbreak, right? And if you want to be like that, then don't watch, right? Like trying to pretend it's not going to hurt doesn't mean it's not going to hurt, because it's going to if they lose, right? Like straight up, it's going to hurt if they lose Game 5. But we need great energy in Game 5. It's not over yet. We've got a winner-take-all game coming up on Saturday night at American Family Field. I know it's going to be packed. I know the energy is going to be great.
What do you think they'll do with pitching? I mean, everyone assumes Mizorowski's got to get some innings. You don't start him, though, probably, right?
He could. I mean, he's been one of the... I mean, the 3 innings that he gave you were among some of the better 3 innings that you've gotten. And if he starts... I'm not expecting him to go 4, 5, 6 innings. Like I think you're hoping to get 3, and then you kind of paste it together with, I don't know if it ends up being Priester, if it ends up being Quintana, some sort of combination there. But
you see Gasser coming in?
I mean, he
pitched yesterday.
Did not look great last night.
And he got hit.
So I would not see much of Gasser or expect much of Gasser in a Game 5 situation, but it's more or less a bullpen game where you're hoping, just like we saw in Game 2, where Miz took the chunk of that innings, took the majority of 3. Maybe that gets moved up. He does that right away, and you kind of paste together the final ones.
And now, here's our expert Gabe Neitzel's prediction of everything that's going to happen and the exact score of the game.
Why don't you just tell me the score of the Packers game?
28-14 Pack. The Bengals defense stinks. Their offensive line's not very good. They're starting a guy who literally showed up into town on Wednesday at quarterback. Literally. He has only been there for 3 days.
Hey, guys. Nice to meet you all.
What's your name again? Hey, 67. What's your name?
What's your name? Yeah, so it's... I think
Boy,
the
how
Joe
thick
Flacco,
is this playbook? Jeez.
The Joe Flacco move ultimately, I think, is a good one for Cincinnati, but him starting on 3 days and they're not going to be able to run the offense they ultimately want to run with him. They can't protect long enough, I think, for him to be able to take the big shots down the field consistently. It's not to say they won't get 1 or 2, but the Packers offense, I think, is going to bounce back. The defense is going to bounce back. They're going to win 28-14.
Hey, who's going to kick, though, for us?
McManus says he's good.
Is he?
So he had a situation with the right quad as well when he was with the Broncos. Apparently the same thing. He just didn't kick the rest of the week. And then he made 3 field goals of like 52, 49, 52. They to the point where he went out there for a 64-yard field goal that would have won that game, but that one came up short.
Okay.
So
we can't block for that anyway. So,
so he says he's fine because LaFleur kind of talked about the injury before practice. McManus talked after practice. I think McManus is going to be good.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thanks for making everyone feel better.
6:58. I don't know if I did, but
business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Horicon Bank. Together doing good. HoriconBank.com, the natural choice.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Data from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation shows that the southeast Wisconsin's banking market continues to morph. The 7-county region has seen 6 branch closures, 3 branch openings, and 1 bank relocation so far in 2025. A Milwaukee-based private equity firm acquires a more than 40-year-old Greater Cincinnati specialty chemical manufacturer. Terms of the deal in which Mason Wells has acquired Calvary Industries were not disclosed. A new restaurant serving Mexican and American dishes opens at the site of a former Arby's in Cudahy. It is the second location for Taqueria y Chimichangas Ashley's restaurant, which also has a location in Milwaukee. I'm Linda Spice for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
It's a family fish fry Friday at the Amazing Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Do not pay $16 or more. Your Mine Shaft haddock fish fry is just $7.99, and it's all you can eat. I love the Mine Shaft fish fry. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. That dessert selection just makes my heart happy. My stomach, too. Get out of your kitchen, enjoy a cold beverage. And the Mine Shaft's all-you-can-eat fish fry today for $7.99. They've got a kids menu, incredible, starts at just $3.99. They'll love that world-class game room quietly set aside from the dining area. Take your family to the Mine Shaft today for the $7.99 haddock fish fry and free tickets to Terror on Rural Street, the ultimate Halloween attraction in Hartford. The Mine Shaft in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near the EAA. Lots of seating, close parking, serving from 10:30, so arrive early. The Saturday breakfast buffet is all you can eat under $10 from 8 till noon. There's no restaurant inflation at the Mine Shaft. Just Google it, Mine Shaft Restaurant.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Friday, October 10th, our top story. Winner take all, Saturday.
I'm Erik Bilstad, stopping the National Guard for now.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, northbound 41, backed up from Mayfair up to Burleigh, southbound 41, backed up from the county line down to Good Hope Road. And that's about it. Everybody else is playing nicely. Everything is clear at the moment. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast a high of 66 degrees. Slight chance this morning of some showers, then partly cloudy. Mainly clear skies overnight. 39 your inland low. About 10 degrees warmer on the lakeshore. Right now at 53. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, National League Division Series heads back to Milwaukee now for Game 5. Brewers lost 6-0.
Through 4 games, the Cubs offense has scored 11 first-inning runs against Brewers starting pitching.
First inning is always the toughest for a pitcher, especially in environments like this.
In Game 4, Pat Murphy's lineup scattered just 3 hits.
Boyd was fantastic. He made pitches. How much money did they give him? $39 million. He earned it tonight. He was great.
The series shifts back to Milwaukee for a decisive Game 5 on Saturday. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
And that first pitch is set for 7:08 p.m. Saturday, Game 5 at American Family Field.
Federal judge is issuing temporary restraining orders against the National Guard deployment in Illinois.
This is a partial temporary restraining order put in place by U.S. District Judge April Perry that will last for 2 weeks. It's supposed to stop the federalization and deployment of any National Guard troops from any state within Illinois until October 23rd. Perry said there's no credible evidence of a rebellion here and that bringing in troops can only add fuel to the fire. She points to 4 instances that cast doubt on DHS's account of what's happening in Broadview, where there have been protests outside the ICE facility.
That's News Nation's Mills Hayes. The state of Illinois arguing that authorizing the National Guard without the state's leadership directive violated the Constitution and undermined the governor's authority.
Government shutdown entering its 10th day this morning, and senators have left Washington until next week. Bradley Blackburn from CBS News.
The votes in the Senate again came up short to end the shutdown of the government. But as senators take a break, the harvest continues in Iowa, where farmers say delays to federal aid and tariffs are taking a toll.
But when you start to stack all of those things together, you're really coming up against some real pressures that make it very difficult for families.
I blame the Democrats. They ought to call their local Democrat representative.
At the White House, President Trump threatened to cut unspecified programs if the shutdown continues.
Senate is scheduled to return to Washington on Tuesday.
After 2 years of war, both Israel and Hamas now have signed off on the first phase of a peace plan in Gaza. The Israeli government ratifying the deal overnight.
Hamas set to release the 20 living hostages early next week and the remains of 28 others who perished. In return, Israel releasing more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners and pulling back its troops in Gaza to an agreed-upon line. The big question, then what? The president's 20-point plan had called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman.
ABC's Mary Bruce. The Israeli military confirming that the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has gone into effect in Gaza.
Coming up, remember that story about the guy who was putting super glue in his co-workers' drinks? Well, he's learned his sentence, and he's not going to jail. That story next.
This report is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. This is Erik Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and let me say that again. Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors, and we install windows and doors really well. Our team of fine craftsmen show up, lay down drop cloths, remove the old, and install your new beautiful windows, and then clean up behind ourselves so you're left with brand new Pella replacement windows installed by Siding Unlimited and a great experience. Our team from sales to office to install will take you through the process the right way, the Siding Unlimited way, that has earned us the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. If you're getting estimates for windows and doors this fall, be sure to call Siding Unlimited because you can only get Siding Unlimited's professional craftsmen for Pella windows and doors by calling Siding Unlimited. For siding, roofing, windows, and doors, let Milwaukee's National Contractor of the Year, Siding Unlimited, give you a free estimate and start the process. Go to sidingunlimited.com.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like PrimeGuard RV and Marine Premium Antifreeze, just $2.99 a gallon. Sta-Bil Gasoline Stabilizer, $10.99 a quart. Motor Medic Instant Starting Fluid, only $4.49. Plus, we offer Blaine's Best Price Promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Enjoy the Fox and Hounds restaurant's fabulous all-you-can-eat fish fry. It's one of the best. The magnificent Sunday brunch is also all-you-can-eat. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat free. Call and reserve foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Pitcher thought it was a decent enough throw. His catcher, not so sure. We got sports at 7:15.
The man accused of putting super glue into his coworker's soda is avoiding jail time. Joe Ross pleading guilty to one felony charge of placing foreign objects in edibles. Now, prosecutors say a woman working at State Fair Park noticed a strong chemical smell coming from her open drinks on her desk. She had been getting sick after consuming those drinks. After setting up a hidden camera, she captured Ross adding a substance to it, which turned out to be super glue.
UW Health now part of a new clinical trial that could change the future of breast cancer screening.
It's called the PRISM trial. The goal is to figure out whether artificial intelligence can help radiologists interpret mammograms more accurately. Dr. Ryan Woods is one of the experts involved.
Although AI tools are already being touted as a great next best thing in breast imaging, we really lack some robust real-world data to sort of verify that that's true. And that's where this trial comes in.
UW Health is enrolling patients now.
We plan on evaluating approximately 400,000 screening exams and to really determine whether the AI tool can help us in our ability to detect cancers.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Big event this weekend for the Milwaukee Repertory Theater as it unveils its renovations. We got ourselves a sneak peek.
One thing that people will see right away when they come into the theater, all 3 levels are now connected, which was not the case before.
The $80 million project focused on preserving the history of the building on Wells and Water while improving accessibility. This includes more bathrooms, elevators, better seating with the building's original archways and brick. Rich Dennison, board chair of EUA, tells WTMJ.
I think they're going to be blown away. I think that for those who've been here before, every experience I'm confident will be better in this new theater. There's not a bad sightline in the theater.
The new Milwaukee Rep's grand opening is a concert with Tony Award winner Bernadette Peters on Saturday. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:09.
Are you struggling with stubborn weight gain during perimenopause or menopause? It's not your fault. Your changing hormones are forcing your body to store fat, no matter how little you eat or how much you exercise. But there's hope. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Proprietary Natural Program helps restore your metabolism and reset your hormonal balance so you can finally lose the weight and keep it off. No counting calories, no prepackaged meals, no injections, just real results. Join thousands of women who've discovered how to lose 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks to feel like themselves again. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTNJ Steve Scafidi here. After a summer in the maintenance phase, I'm back in reduction mode. I'm going to lose 10 more pounds. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, no meals or shakes, none of the meds or injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds come off in just a month or two. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
7:10. What do you see on the roads, Debbie?
Well, we're seeing just a little bit of buildup as far as volume is concerned. We got delays along southbound 41 from about the county line to Good Hope Road. Northbound, your usual backups from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Otherwise, 43 north and southbound looking pretty good right now. East and westbound 94 right through the stadium interchange also moving along quite well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, a slight chance for a few hit-and-miss showers early in the morning. Otherwise, late-day sunshine expected. Temperatures topping out in the mid-60s. It stays mainly clear tonight with lows dipping back into the upper 40s lakeside. A few places far inland could fall into the upper 30s. The sunshine is back for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will look for high temperatures in the mid-60s. Next chance of rain rolls in late Sunday night into Monday. Partly sunny at the start of next week with a high of 68. Sunshine is back on Tuesday with highs in the low 60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 53.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
7:12 on a Friday morning, Wisconsin's Morning News. Barring the unforeseen, the federal government shutdown will extend to at least nearly 2 weeks.
Happening today.
Actually, we need not happening today is what we need there.
Happening maybe?
It's what's not happening today. That's the news. There will not be a vote in the Senate in an attempt to reopen the federal government. Although the previous 7 votes on both the Republican plan and the Democrat plan have failed, the Senate today is not in session. Senators not due to return to Washington until Tuesday, so that's the earliest it looks like there could be resolution. It's starting to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Federal workers will get back pay, but one thing is getting left out on this. When there's a shutdown like this, people that are contractors don't get back pay. They don't get paid. So we're talking janitorial services, food services that are in all of these federal buildings all around the country.
Senator James Lankford, Republican, Oklahoma, and I keep trying to share stories of how it hurts beyond government workers, because I know there's a sentiment there that this doesn't affect me, and oh, too bad, government workers. Well, 2 other examples. I got a friend who contacted me. She's trying to become a small business owner. She has wanted for years to buy this business that she's been working for, and it's been a part of her professional life for some time. And they're just awaiting final approval on their loan package through the Small Business Administration, and they can't get it now. Like, they were right up against it. It was all set to go, and now the government is shut down, so their plans, their dreams of becoming business owners are on hold. And here at work, I don't know. Can you talk about this, Greg?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Greg Pancake Hill produces the program and also hires other producers for us here.
Trying to, because that's... Hold on, let me mute.
Got busy working
in
the
his
phones.
free time. He's producing.
They're calling right now. No, yeah, I'm in the. I'm attempting to hire for 2 different positions right now, and they need to pass background checks, and they can't do it because there's no agency open to review these background checks.
And
so
that's
I just
standard
have to
procedure
wait.
for anybody applying for a job, right?
Correct.
The company
Correct.
hires you, they run a background check.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single time, and I am just having to wait.
So is it
Stinks.
delayed, or are you not able to do what you normally do to get that?
Yeah, I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting for another thing that's being sent out somewhere to be approved so I can get legal permission to hire this person, and I just have to wait for it. So, yeah.
So government shutdown appears entirely likely to enter into next week. Coming up on 7:15, Sports Up next.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power during our used car rate reduction sales event. Shop 600 quality pre-owned vehicles with no money down and no payments until 2026. Interest rates are coming down, so let us try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check us out. Go to ewaldauto.com for locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
With approved credit, see dealer for details.
When it comes to your career, you have an advantage. Well, it's time to take advantage. Vince Vitrano here for the LAK Group. And LAK offers career coaching so you can identify and amplify your unique skill set, give your career a bump, or get better in sync with your organization. Right? You play sports, you take tennis lessons or take a golf lesson. Well, why not get guidance in your professional life as well? Why not get that coaching? From resume critiques to job offer negotiation to personal branding, career coaching from LAK gets you on the right path. Learn more at Transforming Careers. That's transformingcareers.com, LAK. Discover your human advantage.
Shop smarter with Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan, just a few seconds across the Wisconsin border. Award-winning, organically grown, quality products you can trust. Don't settle for knockoffs in Wisconsin. Get the real deal at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
There will be a Game 5.
1-1 coming. Drive to right, and Happ has given the Cubs a 3-0 lead. Peralta was trying to go up with the fastball. Didn't get it up enough.
No, he didn't, Jeff. That high fastball, because they've been throwing a lot of these high upper fastball even out of the strike zone because their scouting reports were working on that. Ian Happ would always go for that high cheese. So were some of these other batters for the Cubs. So that's what Peralta was trying to do. It just didn't get there. He said after the game, though, that he liked the pitch.
For me, it wasn't a mistake. It was the pitch that we wanted, and he just was able to hit it.
Now, if you ask William Contreras, here's what he said through an interpreter.
It could have been better. I think it could have been a better pitch.
Could have been a little bit better pitch.
Yeah.
Either way,
it's not exactly where I wanted
the
it.
Cubs took the early lead, 3-0 there in the first. The Brewers left their bats at the hotel, so they lose ultimately 6-0.
You said that so matter-of-factly. Like, I kind of believed you.
Sorry.
They forgot all the bats.
I mean, I've never seen Chris and Yelich up there without a bat.
No
before.
bat.
No.
Just like it was going to try to swat at it.
Just trying to feel a little bit better about it, folks. That's all. So the Cubs win 6-0. Game 5 for all the marbles tomorrow night at AmFam Field. So this is why home field advantage matters. This is why you're the 1 seed. This is why. Because when it comes down to a 1-game series, you play it at home in front of your home crowd. So who do you pitch? It's going to be a good old-fashioned bullpen game no matter what. Both teams are going to do whatever they can. Looks like the Cubs will probably go with Shota Imanaga again. He's the one who got roughed up in Game 2 at AmFam. As for the Brewers, a couple of names being thrown out there already. Aaron Ashby, does he get the start again? It's been rough a little bit for him, but could he be your opener, if you will? Quinn Priester, could he get a few innings again? He didn't pitch that many pitches in Game 3. There is one guy we know for sure who will get the ball at some point.
The Miz. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball at 102, up and out of the zone. Swing and a miss, fastball at 104.
Yeah, he's coming. The Miz will pitch. Don't know if he'll start, but he's definitely getting some bulk innings. You can expect 2 or 3, if not more, from him, depending on how he's doing. You feel good about that?
I don't know what I feel this morning. No one wants to hear from me because I'm in a bad spot.
No,
I'll be good by tomorrow.
I understand. Anyway, so 7:08 first pitch there. We do know who they're going to play. They're going to play the Dodgers, whoever wins tomorrow night, because the Dodgers advanced 12th inning. The bases were loaded. There were 2 outs, and the Dodgers were up, and the game was tied, and the Dodgers grounded out to the pitcher. But then things didn't go well for the pitcher. He tried to throw it home. It didn't work out. Phillies lose. Dodgers advance.
Tough night in Philly. The Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday night football. So Packers could be without kicker Brandon McManus on Sunday. Now, Game Nights of ESPN Milwaukee tells us now he's going to go and kick through it. But he injured that kicking leg quad in practice this week. Head coach Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, that's a major concern right now. So we'll see how he's doing today and tomorrow. And then, we'll have a plan ready to go.
I mean, it took us a season and a half to find a guy who could make a chip shot, much less 50-plus with a game on the line.
He might be okay. It's not, don't freak out.
I guess we can't block even for extra points, so I guess we're going for 2 all day. That'll be exciting.
But that'll be fun against the Bengals.
Really good time to watch Packers and Bengals. That's a 3:25 kick at Lambeau Field. Wisconsin looking to reclaim the Heartland Trophy from Iowa, looking for revenge over last season's shellacking, or if that seems overly optimistic, would settle for avoiding another boat race this season. That game is in prime time. Badgers and Hawkeyes kick off at Camp Randall, 6 p.m. tomorrow. Badger Sports Updates.
You don't know that.
Are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
And as charged as this crowd has been at Wrigley for the last 2 days, I can only imagine what it would be like in a potential Game 5, do or die, at American Family Field.
We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers in this 12-foot radius at Penny Mustard.
This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
You'd never know something this strong and beautiful could be so comfortable. Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
Come see the Joni Sofa, starting at just $80 a month with no interest until October of 2027 through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Great time to get on the schedule ahead of the winter heating season. Vince Vitrano here for USA Insulation, where my team can help you save big on your project. That will help you save big on your heating and cooling costs for next summer. They don't even have to mess up your house. USA Insulation can come through the exterior of your home with their proprietary injection system, which fills walls with quieting, insulating foam and starts saving you money from day one. And here's the best part. The government will help you pay for it with energy efficiency credits. And Jeff and his team, they do that work for you. So they find the savings and the discounts, and then they discount the cost of your project up front. Minimum of $2,000 on a $5,000 project. USA Insulation. That's usainsulation.net.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry. I love Guthrie and Fry. I've got their water softener, the salt delivered right to the basement. Their RO system, which filters the water in our house. What we drink, what we cook with, is crisp, clean, clear. It's Guthrie and Fry water conditionings, the best in the business. They also provide well pump system service, routine service, and emergency service for when you need it. They've been doing that since 1974. At Guthrie and Fry, they know that better water makes a big difference. The teams I trust are at Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Analyzing the news from the perspective of those in the field. Hey, it's WTMJ's Adam Roberts. Join me every Sunday at 10 for Reporter's Notebook, where we take a deeper dive behind the biggest stories of the past week, told from the perspective of the reporters, anchors, and news directors making decisions behind the scenes and covering the stories you hear every single day.
Bringing you the story behind the story. It's Reporter's Notebook, Sunday mornings at 10 on WTMJ.
Debbie's got an update on your morning traffic.
It's looking pretty good right now. We've got southbound 41 slowing down from the county line to Good Hope Road, as usual. Northbound just from about Mayfair Road up towards Burleigh. Southbound 43 is just starting to get a little bit heavier, where you're seeing little tiny pockets of delays heading past Hampton and Good Hope Road. And Capitol Drive. But other than that, the main delay that I'm seeing right now is on eastbound 894 heading into the Loomis area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Drakamp Heating. Slight chance for a little bit of rain this morning. Keeping an eye on another little system that's hitting the Oconomowoc area now from the west. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a high of 66. Tonight, clear, a low of 39 inland. Saturday, it looks like a nice one, sunny, 64. Sunday, sunny, 65, with a chance for some rain later on in the day. Right now, it's 7:24. It's 53.
We wait to see the video for ourselves.
It's always the same narrative. It's always, in my opinion, the usual suspects. Our people are always getting killed by the police officers.
Now, that's a Milwaukee woman who claims to have witnessed the deadly encounter between a Milwaukee police officer and another man. TMJ4 News identifying that man as Elijah Wilkes, 26 years old. Wilkes is dead. The police officer ended up in the hospital after an exchange of gunfire on the north side following a fender bender near 49th and Mill Road.
As they were assessing the accident, the driver of the other vehicle approached the off-duty officer and pulled a firearm. That subject proceeded to strike the off-duty officer in the face with his firearm. The off-duty officer drew his department-issued firearm, and the two individuals exchanged gunfire, and the subject was struck.
Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman, MPD, has not identified the officer beyond saying he's 40 years old, more than 20 years on the job, so he's no rookie. He was in plain clothes on his way to work, got into a car accident. As you heard the chief say, he and the other guy, Elijah Wilkes, they were both out of their vehicles surveying damage and then somehow got into this altercation. So as is so often the case, you have two very different narratives. And that's not new. I mean, when I was reporting for TMJ4, Ian, I would go to these crime scenes 25 years ago. All kinds of stories and witnesses who wanted to talk to me and tell me what happened. And some of the stories were true. Some of them were a matter of perspective. You thought you might have seen and whatever. And then some were just lies trying to throw you off of what actually happened. And you got to try to sort that out as a reporter. But according to so many witnesses, I've read their accounts. I've seen them on the other news stations. You heard one there looking at coverage from the scene. It was the MPD officer who in some way provoked this attack. That is not the story that Milwaukee Police Chief Jeff Norman is telling.
There is a lot of stuff going on in social media right now, and I want to ask the public to very much have patience in regards to this process. As I just said, there will be a video that release this particular situation.
What the chief is saying is, I know what's floating around out there. I know there are a lot of stories. I know what's being said. And you heard him reference the video. Very important here. Chief Norman says there is video of how this began. I wish I knew who the reporter here is on scene, because in this instance and another does a really good job of kind of peppering the chief with some really important questions. I just have the audio here.
The officer, I believe, was in plainclothes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He didn't have a body camera on. What video do you have?
We have video. It will be released according to the investigative procedures that we have there. But there is video, very clear video of this incident.
Yeah, so you got the Fire and Police Commission in Milwaukee has standards on when the required release of the video is under a certain timeline. I'm not sure if the fact that it's not body camera video and the fact that it's West Allis Police, actually the investigating agency.
It's really just an incident between two people. I mean,
yeah.
He was on his way to work. He wasn't acting as a cop at the time.
So I don't know how or in what way that could change the timeline of the release of the video. Ultimately, that becomes a public record, and we will see that. Regardless of when it comes out, we'll have the opportunity to judge for ourselves. Although, as we know from other incidents, sometimes we all see what we want to see. And even the video isn't enough to take someone off of their narrative, right? But to hear the chief speak so confidently as to the timeline of events, as to who initiated the attack, and to say, you're going to see the video, like, it leads me to believe that he believes Elijah Wilkes was the guy in the wrong here, and now Wilkes is dead. The officer went to the hospital recovering, and West Allis Police will come in and investigate. 7:28, time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 240 points. NASDAQ was off about 19, and the S&P 500 closed on Thursday at 67.35. That was down about 19 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The first stage of the U.S. brokered ceasefire in Gaza is underway. The Israeli military says its forces have withdrawn to agreed deployment lines. President Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, says the 72-hour period for Hamas to release all hostages has begun. ABC's Mary Bruce is at the White House with the latest.
The big question, then what? The president's 20-point plan had called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman.
No Nobel Peace Prize for President Trump. It's been awarded to Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Machado. The government shutdown continues after the Senate departed without passing a funding resolution. Military members are set to miss their paychecks next week. National Guard troops expected to arrive in Memphis today, but not Chicago after a federal judge blocked Trump administration efforts to deploy in Illinois. This is ABC News.
Eastbound 94, we are looking at just a quick tap of the brakes in the Stadium interchange. Westbound's just a little bit slow as well to about Mitchell Boulevard. On eastbound 894, backing up from Forest Home all the way to Loomis. We've also got delays northbound 41 from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh almost to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast. Some shower activity moving into southeast Wisconsin. A few of these are holding together. I've got a pretty good shower over Fort Atkinson at the moment. And a lot of these from a line moving to the southwest are moving into the southeast part of the state. So we'll keep an eye on that. High of 66 degrees today and mainly clear skies tonight. Low temperatures in the upper 40s, lakeside upper 30s. Well inland. Right now at 53. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, National League Division Series Game 5, returning to Milwaukee.
Thielbar's pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee.
We learned in this one from the get-go, the Cubs socked 3 home runs, including a 3-run shot in the first off Freddie Peralta, 6-0 the final. Brewers scattered just 3 hits, 0 for 12 with runners on base.
The NLDS comes down to this. 1 game against a division rival for the right to advance. The stakes couldn't be much higher for Pat Murphy's Brewers.
We're going to fight back. We have all season. This is not a team that has strung together a losing streak or anything like that. I admire our team. I have faith in our team, and we'll be ready to play. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5.
The home team has won each game of the series to this point. The winner of Saturday night's contest will face the Dodgers in the NLCS. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Some new details about a police shooting on Milwaukee's far north side. It was an off-duty officer who got involved in an incident with another man. That off-duty officer shot and killed the other man after a fender bender near 49th and Mill. Police say they too were assessing the damage when the driver of the other car got out and pistol whipped the off-duty officer. They then exchanged gunfire, and the driver died on the scene. Police Chief Jeffrey Norman.
The officer, I believe, was in plainclothes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He didn't have a body camera on. What video do you have?
We have video. It will be released according to the investigative procedures that we have there. But there is video, very clear video of this incident.
So the off-duty officer, 40 years old, treated at the hospital, now on administrative leave as they continue to investigate the incident.
Man accused of putting super glue into his co-worker's soda, avoiding jail time. 35-year-old Joseph Ross pleaded guilty to a felony charge of placing foreign objects in edibles. Prosecutors say a woman working at State Fair Park noticed strong chemical smell coming from her open drinks on her desk, and she had been getting sick after drinking them. Well, she set up a hidden camera and captured Ross adding a substance to her drink, turned out to be super glue. A judge stayed Ross's sentence of 18 months in jail, so he's on probation for 3 years instead. Get ready for the final big traffic headache on I-894.
Hang in there. Just one more weekend left for the 894 resurfacing project that requires a 54-hour closure. Milwaukee drivers, you've been handling it like a champ. As a reminder, starting tonight at 11 p.m., 894 southbound will be closing between Greenfield Avenue and the Hill until Monday the 13th at 5:30 a.m. Along with this, they'll be closing down the ramps from 94 eastbound to southbound and westbound to southbound in the Zoo interchange to help out with traffic control. As usual, everything is weather dependent. Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
All right, if you need all the details right there in front of you, you can find a map up at WTMJ.com. Traffic is sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Coming up, a deal at Chick-fil-A for a good cause. News is sponsored by Griffin Ford and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Here's the secret no one's telling you about those trendy weight loss shots. Many people gain the weight back after stopping, but there's a better way. Using the Milwaukee Weight Loss proprietary natural-based program, we've helped thousands of people not just lose weight, but keep it off long-term. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 8 weeks while protecting your muscle mass. No side effects, no rebounds. Ready to transform your body for life? You can do this. Schedule your free consultation today at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavidi here after a summer in the maintenance phase. Feeling great, looking great. I'm back in reduction mode with the goal to lose 10 more pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, none of the meals, kits, or shakes, no meds, no injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds plus come off in just a month or two. You can do it. I did it. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:38.
So disappointed as they were, even some Brewers players have to appreciate the drama. We'll hear about that in sports at 7:45.
You want something to feel good about?
Please.
I'm going to tell you about a kid from Brookfield who you're going to feel really good about. His name is Yuvraj Singh. He's 15 years old, and he has type 1 diabetes. You know me, Vince, really big in Breakthrough T1D and their efforts to stop type 1 diabetes. And I love talking to these youth ambassadors, these kids that are living with it. He's had it for like 6 years, 15 years old.
And will for the rest of his life.
And will have it for the rest of his life. Well, who knows? Who knows?
Unless we break through T1D.
But yes, and the technology that's getting better and better all the time. And he's got himself a page because we got a big walk next week, so he's been pushing for this.
So my team is called the Diabetic Awareness Society. It's like a general team name because I have a lot of my friends doing it and like people from school helping as well.
So he's got his team, and he's raised like already $18,000, and his idea is to like have this team name actually live forever, even when he graduates and moves on to do other things, that other kids will like take it and do it, which in itself is super cool. Anyway, I bring it up because starting today, Yuvraj he's partnered with Chick-fil-A.
I'm doing a Chick-fil-A fundraiser, so I partner with Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
right.
This 15-year-old kid is partnered with Chick-fil-A. So starting today and tomorrow at the one in Brookfield, the one there by the mall, they have a deal that Chick-fil-A is going to offer up some money that goes to his team. Listen to this.
If you use code DAS25 at a drive-thru or like an online order, you get 15% off your order. So it's at the Chick-fil-A in like Brookfield Square.
Okay.
So if you go there and you use the code, you can get 15% off, and it applies between 11 to 2 p.m. this Friday and 4 to 7 p.m. this Saturday.
So if you go to that Chick-fil-A, the one in Brookfield today or tomorrow, you tell them, hey, you're with this group. You know, if you ask about the group, I'm sure they could explain it to you, but I'll give you the code again here.
Partner with Chick-fil-A. If you use code DAS25 at a drive-thru or
so DAS25 at the drive-thru there, then you can help Yuvraj raise money for Breakthrough T1D, which stops type 1 diabetes. So and you get yourself
and you got some
Chick-fil-A there. So all good things.
News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk. That's heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
According to the Census Bureau, more than 12,000 Americans are turning 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. 65 is traditional retirement age because it matches up with Medicare, but Gallup found 61 is the average retirement age. Some Annex clients retire early, but we also have clients working at 70 because they love what they do. You know why? Because they've got plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. Plans custom-tailored to their lifestyle. They identify their wants and needs, and we went to work building investment, retirement, tax, and estate plans in their best interest. Proper retirement planning doesn't start the week before you retire. Having a focused plan built by our in-house teams will go a long way in helping you reach the retirement you desire. It all starts with the conversation you probably already have in the back of your mind. It's time to put that into action and contact Annex. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
742, Debbie, what do you see on the drive?
Well, we've got an issue on eastbound 894, right about at Loomis, center lane blocked with a broken down vehicle, so careful with that. We're seeing backups all the way back to just before Forest Home, closer to 84th Street, so just be careful with that. 4394 northbound is slowing down just a bit from Oklahoma Avenue all the way up past Lincoln. Northbound continues kind of heavy north of Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Burleigh. Southbound backing up from Capitol Drive down to Burleigh. Westbound 94, you got some delays from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slow from 76th Street to about 35th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, slight chance of showers this morning. In fact, some folks are getting rained on here in southeast Wisconsin right now, a line from about Waukesha into Fort Atkinson and moving to the east. Keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, partly cloudy and a high of 66 degrees. Chilly temperatures overnight, lakeside low 49, 39 degrees, your low temp inland. And for the weekend, temperatures in the mid-60s under mostly sunny skies. Right now, 53.
By the way, Pancake did keyword that for us. So if you are interested in figuring out how to donate to T1D on behalf of Yuvraj there in Brookfield at the Chick-fil-A in Brookfield by the mall there, just text the word DRIVE. And that's got the information. DRIVE. 855-616-1620. DRIVE. So there was a lot of talk over the past, couple of months that this guy should be the Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements.
That's president, of course.
Well, not everyone said that because the committee has spoken.
So the committee has spoken. President. This morning, they did award the Nobel Peace Prize to a woman named Maria Corina Machado.
She is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela.
So that is the chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee. Apparently, this woman's been living in exile. Despite serious threats against her life, she's remained in the country, a choice that's inspired millions, but she's been living in hiding, I should say, not in exile, but in hiding. So he was asked, after the announcement was made, a reporter did ask, hey, you know what? The president of the United States and his supporters think that he should win the award. What do you think? And this was his response.
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this committee have seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year.
Yeah, and he said that despite all the letters and campaigning that they often get, they always make their decision based inside the walls, et cetera, and they cannot be swayed or use that to be swayed. I thought that was interesting. I didn't realize that many people campaign, but apparently that's a pretty normal thing.
And it sounds like they don't have to bother. Based on what he said, thank you for your letters.
Now, does this mean that he might not be in the running again next year? I mean, it depends on when the decision was made and all that. Who knows? But not this year for President Trump.
7:45, sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
You're what?
Making Thanksgiving dinner.
Why so early?
So I can serve a big family meal on the Flay table from Penny Mustard.
Oh, I love the Flay table.
Melt butter and add peanut butter.
The strong Midwest craftsmanship ensures family feasts for generations.
Mix in strained beets and mayonnaise.
What recipe are you making?
What's the recipe?
The Flay table with Kendall chairs, starting at just $287 a month, with no interest until October of 2027, through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Thielbar's pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you didn't think it was going to go that way, but it did. The Brewers fall 6-0 to the Cubs. That means a Game 5 winner-take-all tomorrow night at AmFam Field. So it just seemed like even Game 3, the Brewers just haven't really looked like the Crew. They looked tight in Game 3 at the start of that game. They looked they didn't really try to win yesterday at all. Freddie Peralta says not to worry.
We just have to clear our mind and move forward, get some practice or something, whatever. But just get better and show up on Saturday and be us again,
right?
Especially in Milwaukee.
And be us again, right? Because they just haven't really been that way. Now, someone that you really appreciate, a guy who's been with the club a long time and has really become a sage, is Christian Yelich. And here's what he had to say about it.
It's part of the story, man. You know, sometimes you're going to have to win some big games, and you face some adversity in the postseason.
Yes, this is part of the story, right? We've talked about that Hollywood ending.
Holy cow, do you believe it?
And this is how that would happen. It's not always going to be easy. In the movie, you can't just win in 3 games. It's got to go the full 5. There's ups and downs. There's adversity. This is just part of that. Game 5, 7:08 on WTMJ tomorrow night at AmFam Field.
I mean, as long as I know how it ends, and it ends right, then yes.
Okay, then the movie would be good.
Packers and Bengals Sunday. Packers coming off a loss, a tie, and a bye. Head coach Matt LaFleur stating the obvious.
Whether it's win or loss or tie, I don't think we've put together a complete game playing 4 quarters of complementary football, which is a blessing and a curse.
All right. Also noted by LaFleur, and a major concern, as he called it, was a quad injury to kicker Brandon McManus, unofficially listed at the time by LaFleur as a "we'll see." ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel was in earlier today. He said McManus seemed very confident that he could still kick through the injury, and it shouldn't be a problem. 3:25 at Lambeau Field. Now, the Badgers host Iowa tomorrow night in Madison. Most points the Hawkeyes have scored on any team in the last 5 years. 42 against Wisconsin a year ago.
Dive. Okay. You're talking about Iowa now. Come on.
Yes.
This is
where we last year.
This is when you should be confident.
You should be. This one's under the lights, too. 6 p.m. kick at Camp Randall for homecoming in Madison. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Milwaukee.
Holy cow, do you believe it?
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Ryan Sternad, he's one of us.
You want to vote for a governor. You do have many to choose from who have elected experience. Or you can choose the one of us candidate. Hi, I'm Ryan Sternad, and you pronounce my last name like you are stirring a pot. In fact, I sometimes do. I'm a U.S. Army veteran who works for a living. I may have even served you at the stadium. I started drinks in the seats. Sure, I don't have elected experience, but I do have working class experience. Won't you want your governor to know what it's like to be in your shoes and to govern that way? I stick up for people who want to make money. And I was vocal in getting in-seat alcohol vending back when the crowd capacity returned to practically 100% in 2021. As governor, I'll fight to tax the wealthy. That's one of the reasons I became a Democrat 24 years ago. For more, go to RyanSternadForGovernor.com.
Paid for by Ryan Sternad for Governor.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:51.
All right. Well, eastbound on 94, just past 25th Street, we have a crash off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. But mainly the delays are coming in from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. We still also have this broken down vehicle on 894 eastbound at about Loomis. They were able to move everything off to the left shoulder. Damage done, though. We've got backups coming in from 84th Street all the way to Loomis. On westbound 94, we got backups from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and then 43 southbound. Now starting to slow down from Capitol Drive down to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up from about Kilbourne all the way up past North Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating. Partly cloudy, a high of 66 today. We do have some rain rolling through the area. It's coming our way, heading from the west, so you might get hit again this morning. Otherwise, the rest of the day looks dry. Tonight, clear, a low of 39 inland. Saturday, nice day, sunny, 64. Sunday, sunny, 65. There's a chance for some rain later on in the day on Sunday. Right now, Milwaukee, 53 degrees.
Idea Man.
For the Brewers to kind of capture it and then just go on this run.
Innovator.
This has been an unbelievable season. Uke and Levo's calls and all of the stuff that we've seen.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
But what do we need from this Brewers team in the postseason to really make it a Hollywood ending? We need the whole thing, right?
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tausch, Erik has argued that Hollywood never would have allowed the Brewers to just rip off 3 straight and end it that way. So we may have the holiday ending, or the Hollywood ending, of which you allude. We'll do Brewers next, but just so we can jump right into it, let's do Packers first.
And now, here's our expert Mark Tauscher's prediction of everything that's going to happen and the exact score of the game.
Why don't you just tell me the score of the Packers game?
You ready to dive right in, man?
I'm ready to dive in. Yeah. So coming into it, obviously the Packers on a bye week and a tough tie with a loss before that. You just kind of, the Bengals stink. We saw what happened against Detroit without Joe Burrow. And then they go and trade for Joe Flacco. So that changed my math a little bit as far as what the game flow and how many points they may or may not give up. But I don't think Cincinnati's defense is very good. I think Trey Hendrickson's a really good player. But I think Green Bay and with Jordan Love, I think you're going to see a lot of points. You get up to Lambeau on Sunday. Unlike the Brewers game last night, you're going to see a lot of offense and a lot of points. I got it 38-13 is what I'm thinking.
That would be a good time.
Yeah, especially, hopefully things go well on Saturday. I know you said we're going to talk Packers first and Brewers last, but I think everybody's mind's on the Brewers. I know mine is. But 38-13, I think they'll get a couple of plays. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are really good. Flacco throws a good deep ball. They might hit one. I'm not calling for a shutout like I did against Cleveland, but I think it's going to be an old-fashioned throttling up at Lambeau on Sunday afternoon.
The Throttle City? Is that what we're headed? We're headed to Throttle City. Right?
Yeah, you know what? I did have to pull back on the throttle a little bit just because, their quarterback, I don't believe is going to do like what Browning did against the Lions, which, obviously threw a bunch of picks. But I think there will be some opportunities for this defense to finally get some turnovers and get that ball rolling after the bye, because I think that's one of the things Jeff Hafley's going to really emphasize.
I think Micah has to have about 9 sacks for Erik to get back on track for his bowl prediction.
I need him to be the mayor of Throttle City.
Well, it's election season, so let's go. I think that's where we're open for Micah to do that for sure.
Why don't you just tell me the score of the
Brewers
game?
All right, on to Brewers, Tausch. Didn't want to have a Game 5, but we got one, so here we are, and it's at home.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys kind of picked up on this. Doing my prep for the show this morning, I just saw some of Pat Murphy's comments after the game last night, and it felt like he was basically saying, boy, the Cubs fans made a monster difference. And it was as tough of an environment for his team to play in that you could imagine. And I feel like, and it's not that he's called out Brewer fans. I'm not saying that, because I think I was at the game on Monday. The atmosphere inside of AmFam Field was electric. I think what he's saying is, everybody, we need all hands on deck. This has been an incredibly special season. We need to make it miserable for Cubs fans like they did for the Brewers players last night. And I don't know who's going to pitch. I don't know what all of that is, but I do know this. This has been the best regular season team that we've ever seen in Milwaukee. The postseason, we're 2-0 at home. The regular season, we were the best road team. Postseason, we need to be the best home team. We will find a way. I don't know how, but from a resiliency standpoint, that's what this team is built on. And I think being back at home is going to be the difference. The Brewers are going to find a way to do it, but we're going to need all hands on deck, and I think that's what Murph was talking about last night.
Man, you could blow the lid off that place, right? Imagine that with a big late inning surge or something like that. Just that place would just explode.
Or just don't let the Cubs have something to start.
Oh, yeah.
Get an
Yes.
early lead,
Sure.
and then ride that bad boy out. Listen, at this point, I think all Brewer fans, we will take it whatever way we can get it, but I do think a good starting point would be to not give up runs in the first inning for the first time.
Can we have a clean
one time?
Can we have a clean first?
Hey, is that too much to ask?
No,
Is that too much to ask?
Sounds like a recipe for victory. All right,
Are
Tausch,
we
thanks
nervous?
much.
Hey, boys, before I go, are you guys nervous?
Well, I'm trying not to be, because you did lay out what we as fans should be, what our perspective needs to be, particularly if you're going to be at the ball game, which is not mopey Vinny of like, well, this happens to us all the time.
Yep.
However, that's kind of where I am right now, so I'm working on it.
Vinny, that's why they give fans a day off, too.
Okay,
to kind
right.
of sulk a little bit, and then when it gets to be, you get to be all full throttle Vinny
All right.
Saturday night.
Throttle City.
Throttle City. I like that place. 7:58. Thanks, Tausch. Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Data from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation shows that the southeast Wisconsin's banking market continues to morph. The 7-county region has seen 6 branch closures, 3 branch openings, and 1 bank relocation so far in 2025. A Milwaukee-based private equity firm acquires a more than 40-year-old Greater Cincinnati specialty chemical manufacturer. Terms of the deal, in which Mason Wells has acquired Calvary Industries, were not disclosed. A new restaurant serving Mexican and American dishes opens at the site of a former Arby's in Cudahy. It is the second location for Taqueria y Chimichangas Ashley's restaurant, which also has a location in Milwaukee. I'm Linda Spice for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief, because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Friday, October 10th. Our top story, going to end the series at American Family Field.
I'm Erik Bilstad, bringing back some federal employees.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound 94, right about at 25th Street. Looks like we've got ourselves an accident. It is off on the right shoulder, so watch for delays. Technically coming in from all the way from 84th Street to that point, so careful. Westbound is tightening up a bit from 27th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from Calhoun all the way to Barker Road. And 894 eastbound is backed up still from Forest Home all the way to Loomis. There is a broken down vehicle there that was in traffic causing the delays. They have been able to move it off to the left shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Do have some shower activity moving in on a line south of I-94 or thereabouts into southeast Wisconsin. So watch for that this morning. Should clear out to partly cloudy skies and a low of high of 66 degrees. Mainly clear skies and chilly overnight temperatures tonight. Right now at 53, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, National League Division Series is headed back to Milwaukee. Game 5 tomorrow.
1-1 coming. Drive to right, and Happ has given the Cubs a 3-0 lead.
And Happ's 3-run home run off Brewers starter Freddie Peralta in the first inning. It's all the runs the Cubs would need. They would add a few more. They win 6-0. And now the series is tied at 2 games apiece.
Through 4 games, the Cubs offense has scored 11 first-inning runs against Brewers starting pitching.
First inning is always the toughest for a pitcher, especially in environments like this.
In Game 4, Pat Murphy's lineup scattered just 3 hits.
Boyd was fantastic. He made pitches. How much money did they give him? $39 million. He earned it tonight. He was great.
The series shifts back to Milwaukee for a decisive Game 5 on Saturday. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
First pitch set for 7:08 p.m. tomorrow night, Game 5 at AmFam.
Federal employees, including military members, are looking at a payday with no pay as the government shutdown hits day 9 now. News Nation's Tom Dempsey reporting Congress working to change that, at least for the military.
Also want to pass legislation allowing active duty military members to be paid during the government shutdown. One plan introduced by a Republican has support from almost 150 Congress members from both sides of the aisle. However, in response to this, House Speaker Mike Johnson saying the quickest way to get military members paid is to pass the Republican government spending plan.
Pressure is starting to rise a bit on House Speaker Mike Johnson to call the House back into session to vote on ensuring that military pay takes place during the shutdown.
One federal agency is bringing back some employees who'd been furloughed due to the shutdown.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics is recalling some people so it can publish the Consumer Price Index for September. The government needs that key inflation report to calculate the annual cost of living adjustments to Social Security payments, which have to be announced by November 1st. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the Federal Reserve needs the CPI as it considers another interest rate cut.
Without those data points, the Fed is flying blind.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Closer to home, some families in Waukesha say they're being left out of the discussion over potential school changes there. District leaders presenting options on Thursday night that could close several schools, but some Hispanic parents say they haven't heard.
All of these proposals disproportionately affect us, the Hispanics in Waukesha, and yet we have had to advocate at each stage for translation. Translating material after the fact simply isn't enough because it sends the message that the affected families are an afterthought, not a priority. Why didn't we hear more from Hawthorne and Lowell families over the summer? And the simple answer is we didn't know.
Board members say they'll continue reviewing options and seek more feedback before making any final decisions.
The man who put super glue into his coworker's soda is not going to jail. 35-year-old Joseph Ross pleaded guilty to a felony charge of placing foreign objects in edibles. Prosecutors, you remember this case? This is a woman who was working at State Fair Park. She said she was noticing a strong chemical smell that was coming from open drinks on her desk. She had her suspicions after getting sick, and so she set up a hidden camera. She captured the guy, Ross, adding stuff to her drink, turned him in, turned out to be super glue. A judge stayed Ross's sentence of 18 months in jail, which means he's on probation for 3 years instead.
After months and months of construction, the renovations at the Milwaukee Repertory Theater are finished, and it opens this weekend.
We like to think about how you walk into the theater as a public person, so there's more accessible spaces for them as well.
The $80 million project had architects facing a unique challenge, preserving the historic building without the original remodel designs. The drawings for the original renovations done in 1986 were lost in a flood. Principal at Fisher Dax Associates Robert Campbell tells WTMJ.
There's more architectural tricks that had to be done, but the ability to bring more of the existing building inside, that was a game changer.
The grand opening of the new Milwaukee Rep is this Saturday. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Coming up, saying goodbye to a college basketball icon, and this one's not a player, but you might recognize her. That story next.
It's Oktoberfest at Fleet Farm with big fun in store for the whole family. Don't miss our Toyland opening at 7 a.m. Saturday, October 11th, where the first 125 customers will get our free annual Toyland toy. Along with toys, kids can get their hands on some real big rigs at our Touch a Truck event from noon till 3. And be sure to enter our pretzel count contest for a chance to win a Fleet Farm gift card. Stop in and celebrate Oktoberfest with us all month long. It's our way of thanking you for shopping Fleet Farm.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Beautiful and safe. Decks built to last by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
Deal to end the war in Gaza and bring hostages home is moving forward. The Israeli government has since approved that deal. There's still uncertainty over many of the details ahead. Wei Zhang from CBS News with more on reaction from the White House.
Trump was asked what happens during the next phase of the deal.
There will be disarming, there will be pullbacks.
He said Palestinians would not be required to leave Gaza during the reconstruction phase.
Yeah, nobody's going to be forced to leave now. It's just the opposite. This is a great plan.
The plan came together with two of the president's most trusted aides, Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner, two real estate developers turned peacemakers.
Now, the Israeli military also reporting now this morning that its troops have completed their withdrawal to the deployment lines.
Sister Jean has died. The iconic Loyola Chicago men's basketball team's longtime chaplain. She was 106 years old. She had just retired a couple of weeks ago and passed away at the age of 106. A lot of people will remember her. She got caught up in the whole March Madness thing.
Sister Jean was the school chaplain who became a celebrity during the 2018 NCAA basketball tournament. She was a very visible presence in maroon and gold school colors as the Loyola Chicago men's team made an improbable run to the Final Four.
We ask you, of course, that at the end of the game, we see the big W in favor of our Ramblers. So, amen, God bless us, and go Ramblers.
Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt published a memoir. They even made a bobblehead in tribute to her. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
It was pretty neat when you saw all these kids, like they're like 22 years old at most, right? These young basketball players, and they would all just like hug her, slap her five, go say hi to her, like they were just enamored with her, this, at the time, 101-year-old lady, now 106, passing away, Sister Jean.
It is 8:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we can save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Free in-home design consultation, design created to maximize your space, professional installation. Vince Vitrano here with the 3 pillars of your experience with Inspired Closets Milwaukee. It's why working with my friends Katie and Dan, they're based right here in Waukesha, so much better than doing some internet or mail order closet company, getting stuff in boxes. Just like ours in the Vitrano home, your custom closet experience with Inspired Closets Milwaukee will begin with the team learning about your needs. What's going on at home? What do you need to feel better? Less stress, less cluttered? Which are the spaces that are problem areas? The entryway, the overjammed closet? I promise Katie and Dan and their team, they have a beautiful solution. It's not only functional, but also folks are going to notice, and it really looks great. Inspired Days start at Inspired Closets, inspiredclosetsmilwaukee.com.
Are you struggling with stubborn weight gain during perimenopause or menopause? It's not your fault. Your changing hormones are forcing your body to store fat, no matter how little you eat or how much you exercise. But there's hope. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Proprietary Natural Program helps restore your metabolism and reset your hormonal balance so you can finally lose the weight and keep it off. No counting calories, no prepackaged meals, no injections, just real results. Join thousands of women who've discovered how to lose 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks to feel like themselves again. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTNJ Steve Scafidi here. After a summer in the maintenance phase, I'm back in reduction mode. I'm going to lose 10 more pounds. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, no meals or shakes, none of the meds or injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds come off in just a month or two. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie, what do you see on the road?
Well, we're seeing some delays for sure. Eastbound 894 backing up from about 60th Street all the way into Loomis. There was a disabled vehicle there that causing some of those delays. We also have a crash on eastbound 94 right about at 25th Street off on the right shoulder. Right now, delays coming in from about 68th, 70th Street all the way through to about 35th. Actually, make that to 25th. The westbound side is slowing down from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. You are back on the brakes from Moreland Road all the way to about Barker. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast. We have some shower activity on a line about 994 in Waukesha. I'm now moving into Milwaukee County as well. It stretches to the southwest. Doesn't seem to be any big storms, just some showers to be aware of this morning. Once that clears out, we'll be on our way to partly cloudy skies with a high of 66 degrees. Mainly clear skies overnight. Lakeside low 49, 39 degrees.
Toronto.
All right, we're officially turning the page. All right.
On what?
On the Brewers.
Oh.
Now it's looking ahead. Getting Game 5 all fired up for Game 5.
I get a little bit more time to be sad.
More time? Okay.
I don't need to be publicly sad here. I don't need to drag everybody else into it. Although based on the anecdotal texts I've received and various other emails, a lot of folks are in my camp. But we'll get there.
No. We'll get there by tomorrow night. 7:08 first pitch. We'll have much more on the Brewers throughout the morning right here on Wisconsin's Morning News and on your Brewers flagship.
Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat.
Remember this story? With the boat that was beached along the Milwaukee shoreline.
Yes, this is the
shoreline.
Deep Thought theme music. Deep Thought, boat that never left the shoreline.
So the boat was there for months and months and months and months, and it became almost a joke within itself, like a caricature of incompetence, right? A symbolism of things that just, when leadership just goes void, no one can figure out what to do. And you could even argue there was like finger pointing. right? Like
there was. Or if not finger pointing, just finger wondering. Like, is it you? Is it us? So who's supposed to take care of this?
I don't know. And here's what we'll do. We'll try to.
Well, the county actually, it's on county.
It's becoming so silly. It's become popular, and now we're going to try to sell it. Oh, that didn't work either. Didn't make any money there. So
no. As it turns out, where it is right now, that's where it's going to stay.
So anyway, I bring it up.
That thing was a joke.
I bring it up for this reason because it seems like we have another symbolic moment of incompetence. So so the Milwaukee flag, and here's what's even more fascinating about the flag story. It's even less important. Like, at least the boat you had to do something with. You had to get it out of there. You had to figure out something because you couldn't leave it there. People could get hurt climbing up on it. Like, there were reasons why you had to you had to move on. This one, where it's like self-inflicted. All right, so you know the flag. We have that one Milwaukee flag, that one that's so dated. Right, it's from way back when. There's a lot of people that want to get rid of it. They're embarrassed by it. There's some who say that's even offensive in some ways. So, like, let's get rid of this flag. Well, it's been in there since the 50s, and it's ugly, and it's almost retro cool now.
Well, right? There's going to be a movement now that's like, you know what? Just save that flag. Or once it actually goes away, then it will need to come back.
So, as you may recall, 10 years ago or so, there was some do-gooders in the Milwaukee area, Milwaukee citizens, who said, let's make a new flag. So they came up with this process of creating this new flag. Well, we have that one that's blue and yellow, and it has the white sun in the middle rising above Lake Michigan. That became kind of the unofficial flag. So much so that, like, DPW used it for a while on shirts. I have stickers that say Department of Public Works on them, and it's the sticker of the flag.
And that imagery is in a lot of different places.
All over the place.
Right. Which is why folks started referring to it as the people's flag.
Right.
But then it turned into not all the people thought it was their flag.
Not as inclusive as it should have been to pick that one, so they decided, okay, well, we're not going to make that the official flag. Well, now we've told you about this new Milwaukee flag task force that's underway to create a new flag. And, okay, they announced it in July. We're going to have this new task force. It's going to have like 10 members of different people from the community, and different entities were able to select these members, and they were going to open that up for submissions, and anyone could submit, and they're going to go through this big process, and then they would vote. And then either by the end of the year or early next year, we would have this new flag in place by Milwaukee's birthday, which is early next year. That was going to be the thing. They even had a couple of meetings. Well, there still hasn't been a submission process.
Pretty quiet over there.
So I reached out to Venus Williams. She is the head of this task force.
Not the tennis player.
No, different Venus Williams. And I reached out to her and said, hey, just checking in on this. And I never heard back. And that's not that unheard of. That happens from time to time when you reach out to city officials or whatever. And there could be a million different reasons why you don't hear back. It doesn't matter at this point. Anyway, I reached out again, just said, hey, just re-poking you. And she responded. She says, we have a slight holdup on the city's end. I'll keep you posted. And I was like, hold up on the city's end? Okay.
Yeah. Didn't they already commission this? Aren't you, isn't it in your hands?
Right. So reached out to Alderman Peter Burgelis, who is the one who's been kind of pushing this. He's been championing this effort, if you will. And he writes back to me this week, hey, Eric, I checked with the Flag Task Force chair and received this reply yesterday. And then he goes, I think the mayor's office or the attorney's office might be able to provide a better answer. And then he screen capped a text back and forth between him and Venus, the task force head. And here's what the screen cap said. Hi, Venus, it's Peter Burgelis. When will the task force start accepting submissions? Meaning, like, when are we going to get started with flag submissions for this task force? And she responded, hello, as soon as the city attorney drafts the waiver. That's been the holdup. I'll check on it again tomorrow. So we haven't heard back from the city attorney's office. She says we need a waiver. Now, you might ask, like, what's a waiver? Well, that could be...
I am interested in what does that have to do with picking the flag?
Well, good question.
Can't you do all of that work ahead of whatever...
Now, we will say this. There is a lot of behind it. When it comes to the sausage making of different legislation and stuff, this does come up from time to time. There's different things. There's either legalese or red tape or fine print, a lot of different things that the city attorney's office would have to be involved in. Fiscal notes even, like stuff like that always has to come into play, right?
Okay.
Doesn't that make sense?
Fine.
Like, okay,
I'll allow it, but
right.
I still don't think that should derail the process.
Sure. Just saying that, like, there is sometimes some of that in the background. Anyway, so he writes back, I spoke with the city attorney about this yesterday. They told me that there are a number of questions they are waiting for answers on from the task force. Okay, so the ball goes back to the task force here. She responds, "That is news to me. I'll reach out to the office today." So she didn't seem to know much about that. So anyway, the alderman sent this screen cap to me, and he copied members from the city attorney's office, and he copied members from the mayor's office on it. So I respond to the group, "Hey, is just checking in. So is it this waiver that's holding everything up?" And here's what I heard back from the chief of staff of the mayor's office. "Good evening. Last I heard, there was some additional information the city's attorney's office was looking for, as Alderman Burgelis referenced below." Deferring to Evan on this. And Evan is Evan Goyke, the city attorney.
So where are we?
So you know what it reminds me of when we hear all this? It reminds me of the boat.
Yes.
When it was just point finger here, point finger there, point finger there. So me. Am I dancing? You dancing? Are you talking to me? That's what's happening here. And the unfortunate thing is that it really doesn't. This is not an important issue. It's one that's interesting. It's less important than the boat even was, but it makes you concerned and it makes you wonder if we can't get this easy thing figured out.
Right.
What can we figure out?
Yeah, right. So I think you can look at it two ways. It's not consequential in terms of, we're not talking about life and death operations here. We're not talking about even snow removal or anything. So, quote unquote, important things. So, okay, fine. Who cares if they're tied up?
Yeah.
However, yes, for the metaphor that it is for incompetence throughout, if you can't do a simple thing like pick a flag, again, can you do any of the other stuff I just mentioned?
Stay tuned.
Don't tip the boat over, rock the boat.
Check it back in with Debbie here at 8:22.
Wet roads on the west side, at least, out in Waukesha County. Eastbound 94, we do have some delays, basically between Barker Road and Elm Grove Road, believe it or not. That's on the westbound side, actually. Eastbound is actually moving along pretty well until you get to about 84th Street. That's where it starts to slow down to about 35th. We've also got southbound on 43, tapping on the brakes as you're making your way into the Marquette. Northbound 41, Bayfair Road, all the way up past Burleigh, going to be a bit slow. And then, of course, our usual backups from the county line to Good Hope Road on the southbound side. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like 5-gallon Midwest can fuel cans, just $14.99. A 1.5 amp Schumacher battery maintainer, $27.99. All mobile Delvac 1 diesel oil starts at $15.99 after $10 rebate. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Bootiful Bathroom Contest, where one lucky listener is going to win a tub or shower conversion valued at up to $10,000. Really easy to get in on the contest. You snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one that you're tired of, and enter now. Text BOO to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 or visit WTMJ.com to submit your picture and for full contest rules.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted. For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
8:25 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Worth noting again, we've had Debbie's reports on it in the news, but they are shutting down a major part of the freeway again this
Happening
weekend.
today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Southbound lanes of 894 will all be closed just south of the Zoo interchange, so at Greenfield, and then they're going to go all the way down to the Hale all weekend. So northbound lanes should remain open, but southbound lanes of 894 closed from about the Zoo interchange to the Hale, and they start tonight at 11 p.m.
Fix the damn road.
Yes, Governor, we'll get to you in a moment.
Fixing our roads.
So this should be it for the major closures on this resurfacing project. Weather looks good for the project, so crews should be able to get it all in this weekend. And then we should be largely done. There'll still be some closures in the Hale itself. They're resurfacing the ramp that takes you, if you're westbound traffic headed out to like New Berlin and that. Can't use that ramp to get out to continue south on 43. So there may be some more closures through there for the next few weeks. But the major stuff where they're shutting down the whole freeway should be done, barring the unforeseen, after this one. But definitely if you're going to the Brewers game on Saturday and you're coming up from the south side and that's going to be your route, you got to think of a different way to get around that.
Tell the Cubs fans, take 894 all they want.
Oh, that'll be delicious. So many of them are not going to know what hit them. And hopefully they're driving home unhappy as it is. And they're like, well, we'll just take the bypass back to Rockford or whatever.
Traffic getting out of there earlier in games 1 and 2 is a little rough, I know.
And something to consider also, right? It's American Family Field and it's sold out. So
and no one leaves early when it's playoffs.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, well, maybe some Cubs fans will leave early.
Oh, you're right. They did for games
that.
1 and 2. You're right. Good point.
So anyway, back to the governor, what he's got going today.
Fixing the damn roads and so much more.
Governor Evers and Wisconsin DOT are celebrating today. Big party. They're very excited about this. It's the 50th anniversary of a road-related thing here in Milwaukee and across the state of Wisconsin. 50th anniversary of Wisconsin's rustic road designation. What is that?
The first time we saw one that didn't look right.
50.
Hey, it's the first. That road looks a bit.
Eric, that's not what a rustic road is. So you've seen these signs maybe if you get, I don't know that we have any in Milwaukee County, maybe in some of the more rural parts of Milwaukee County, certainly out in Waukesha County, Ozaukee County, you see these rustic roads. You've got these signs, and they put them up. We've got 126 of them in the state of Wisconsin. Today, the governor will be at the first such designation in Taylor County, which is about halfway between Chippewa Falls and Wausau, just north of Highway 29, if you know that stretch. Mm-hmm. So that's that part of the state. And here's what a rustic road is. You want the definition?
Yes.
To become a rustic road, a roadway must have outstanding natural features, such as rugged terrain, native vegetation or wildlife, or cultural or historic qualities that uniquely set it apart from other roads. It should be a lightly traveled, local access road, at least 2 miles in length, connect with major highways at both ends or form a loop, and should not be scheduled for major improvements, which would change its rustic characteristics. Really big if you are one or you know Harley-Davidson riders, folks who like to do the long rides. Mm-hmm. These are really big for Harley riders as well because you get out in the country a bit. And so, I don't know, it's fine, it's nice, and something that they say is good for tourism. They may also be onto something else here. As I was going over that definition, it occurs to me, got a lot of roads here in southeast Wisconsin that are pretty rustic. I don't necessarily mean they're in the country, like badly in need of repair. So can't you just save a little bit of money?
Just slap it on there.
Just slap one of these signs on there. Here's Rustic Road 127, 128, 129. You get a rustic road. You get a rustic road.
Might be onto something.
Your main street's all busted up, potholes everywhere. Rustic Road. There we go. Just everything is fixed and done.
We fixed the damn roads.
So we're done here. Rustic. Nice, isn't it? That's today in Taylor County, by the way. Big construction southbound bypass closes for the weekend tonight, so do plan accordingly.
This right here is where we're going to start a new 9-year project.
Boss, that's a pothole. Hell yeah, it's a pothole. Gonna take 9 years to fix that? It's a big deal.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered, Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geiss's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geissdoors.com. Geiss has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geiss at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geiss. Visit them online at geissdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Tune in this Sunday to hear my full interview with new physician Dr. Damrow. To learn more or to make an appointment, visit orthowisconsin.com.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands. Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Every Monday and Thursday, buy one pizza, get a second pizza absolutely free at the Mineshaft Family Restaurant in downtown Hartford. Google the Mineshaft today.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The 72-hour window for Hamas to return all hostages to Israel is open. That's according to the U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff, as the Israeli military says it's withdrawn to the position agreed upon in the first phase of the peace deal brokered by the White House. ABC's Mary Bruce has more.
The big question, then what? The president's 20-point plan had called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman.
But no Nobel Peace Prize for President Trump. The committee awarded this year's honor to the opposition leader in Venezuela, Maria Machado. The White House communications director in a statement says the Nobel Committee placed politics over peace. No end in sight to the government shutdown after the Senate departed without a funding measure. This means military members can miss paychecks next week, and federal troops expected to begin patrolling Memphis today. This is ABC News.
Well, we got an issue on northbound 894 just coming out of the Hale interchange. The left lane is blocked with a broken down vehicle, so watch out for that. Westbound 94, delays from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then beyond that, more delays just before Moreland Road all the way to Barker. On the eastbound side, got backups from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange to about 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 66 degrees today. We've got some showers that should be clearing the area later this morning. And then partly cloudy skies, mainly clear overnight, 49 your lakeside low, 39 degrees well away from Lake Michigan. Milwaukee at 53, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the NLDS returning to Milwaukee.
Thielbar's pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee.
Cubs with 3 home runs on the night, including a 3-run shot in the first off Brewers starter Freddie Peralta. 6-0 in the final in a Brewers offensive effort that went over 12 with runners on base.
The NLDS comes down to this. One game against a division rival for the right to advance. The stakes couldn't be much higher for Pat Murphy's Brewers.
We're going to fight back. We have all season. This is not a team that has strung together a losing streak or anything like that. I admire our team. I have faith in our team, and we'll be ready to play. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5.
The home team has won each game of the series to this point. The winner of Saturday night's contest will face the Dodgers in the NLCS. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Saturday's game time is set 7:08 p.m. at American Family Field.
Getting some new details about a deadly shooting on Milwaukee's far north side that involved an off-duty Milwaukee police officer. That off-duty officer and a 26-year-old man got into a minor car accident Thursday morning near 49th and Mill. Police says the two were looking at the damage. The driver got out of his car, pistol whipped the officer in the face. The two then exchanged gunfire. The driver, Elijah Wilkes, died at the scene. The ME has preliminarily ruled his death as a homicide, but that is what normally would be ruled in a case like this. Police Chief Jeffrey Norman.
The officer, I believe, was in plainclothes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He didn't have a body camera on. What video do you have?
We have video. It will be released according to the investigative procedures that we have there, but there is video, very clear video of this incident.
The officer is 40 years old, is being treated at a hospital, or was at least when this took place. He will be placed on administrative leave as they continue to investigate the matter.
A Racine Hospital employee facing charges now, accused of leaving her child in a car while she went to work.
26-year-old Kayla Hamilton has been charged with felony child neglect. According to our news partners at TMJ4, police say she left her nonverbal autistic daughter in a car while at work at Ascension All Saints Hospital in Racine. This happened Wednesday night when security staff found the child moving around in a car with a car seat attached to her but not secured to the vehicle. Investigators say the child was wearing a coat but no shoes or socks in the mid-40-degree temperatures. If convicted, Hamilton could face over 3 years in prison. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The bell has rung and everything is up at the moment. The Dow starting the day up 213, the NASDAQ up 47, and the S&P 16.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:37.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure. Join me every Saturday for Experience Wisconsin. We check in with communities across the state for the best and brightest spots around Wisconsin. Fall's a beautiful time. Plan your trip now and let us help you. It's a fun show, and I love it. The guest this week, the Wisconsin Historical Society. I think we're going to actually talk about Old World Wisconsin with Dan Hess, and we'll travel to Elkhorn. Kate, Abby, and Elkhorn. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's Experience Wisconsin every Saturdays right here on 620 WTMJ. As the leaves start to turn and the air gets crisp, it's the perfect time to think about your outdoor space. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Go with the company I trust, Landworks Wisconsin. From stunning fall displays and holiday decorating to dormant pruning and bed cleanups, they're doing that for me. Landworks has you covered. The beauty of fall is all around us, and your garden and yard should be no exception. Enhance your outdoor space with professional services from Landworks. Make your home the envy of the neighborhood. Find your outdoor inspiration at landworkswisconsin.com, landworkswisconsin.com.
8:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Interesting text that we got in regards to what you were talking about before, Eric. You're reporting on the Milwaukee flag effort being held up. It looks like bureaucracy at its worst, and Hand doesn't know what the foot is doing. Hello, Hand. This is Foot. What are you up to today?
City Attorney's Office is waiting on the task force for information. Task force was waiting on the City Attorney's Office for things, and that's why no flag.
And the Common Council, which oversees it, is like,
hey, what's going on here, guys? Hey,
right.
What's happening here?
So somebody texted in, local government employee here, although not a City of Milwaukee employee, have many years of municipal government experience. Sometimes it's the weird one-off type projects that get hung up for seemingly dumb reasons. It's the regular run-of-the-mill things that go through quickly. not to defend bureaucracy necessarily, but doing things out of the ordinary can sometimes bring up more questions and logistics than normal.
Okay. Well, that I appreciate that. That makes sense. If you're doing something completely different, unique, it's not the same. So, okay, that means a new process. All right, we need to create new rules and procedures for this thing or a new waiver for this. Okay, I guess I can understand that.
Also got another text suggesting the issue with the city attorney's office might be about state law requiring legal disclosure and who can and cannot use whatever image might be chosen, things like that. So
there is a lot
of legalese.
And
I
that
just don't
makes
know why
sense.
that delays the process, right? I think that's an important step in it, but why does that prevent the committee from doing its work of picking the design?
Yeah, if this is all the stuff that had to be done, why hasn't it already been done? Yeah, so that question still remains. Good insight, though. Appreciate that.
Yada, yada, yada. We still don't have a flag choice.
And again, it's not that important.
8:41 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers 360 is up next. We're going to check in with Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger. He's got some important notes for if you are attending Game 5, what happens when we win, and what the National League Championship Series looks like for us moving forward. That's all next on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie, checking in on the roads?
Yeah, we still have an issue on 894 northbound, just north of the Hale interchange. Broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane. Now, that's starting to back things up from the Rock Freeway as well as from westbound 894 into the Hale. So keep that in mind. On eastbound 94, we got backups from 84th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound a bit tight from about 35th to Mitchell Boulevard. You're back on the brakes from Moreland, on and off the brakes all the way towards Barker Road. And southbound on 41, a little heavy towards Good Hope Road coming in from the county line. And northbound from just before North Avenue all the way up towards Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting. Okay, so you're looking at next year's schedule, your plan of attack when it comes to what you're going to budget for and what you need at the house, and you know it, okay, now's the time. Now's the time for that new roof. Well, here's what you do. You go to Tri-County Contracting, WI.com, and you click on the Instant Roof Quote button. You put in your address, your name, boom. Now you have an idea of what it might cost you to get that roof done at your place. Then you call Tri-County Contracting, have the reps come over there, Tony and the crew there, and they tell you exactly what's going to happen. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitation. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
As charged as this crowd has been at Wrigley for the last 2 days, I can only imagine what it would be like in a potential Game 5, do or die, at American Family Field.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting. Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, on the line with us this morning. Rick, I guess from a fan confidence perspective, you and I both, we'd rather be talking about Game 1 of the NLCS this morning. However, cool thing to have a Game 5 tomorrow night at AmFam.
Yeah, baseball is an unpredictable game, and Cubs certainly took it to us at Wrigley. So I love having the home field advantage for the deciding Game 5. So on Saturday it's going to be pretty electric in the ballpark.
Oh, we're counting on it. So a number of things to get through on that front. First of all, I know Major League Baseball is the one who makes the decision here on roof open, roof closed. Do Do you have any insight on that, on what they might choose to do, or even, I don't know, what's best for the team?
Yeah, I suspect that given that it's a night game and given the temperatures, we'll probably have the roof closed just because, baseball understands that at the end of the day, it's got to make sense for the fans. And so I think the temperatures are supposed to be in the 50s.
Yeah, it sounds right.
So I think we'll probably have the roof closed.
I think that helps us. I think it gets louder in there. On top of it, you get a little bit warmer for our guys, and our guys they know how that stadium behaves with the roof closed.
Yeah, I think just having home field advantage, having the crowd, I think that's a big deal. I mean, I was at Wrigley for these past 2 games, and Cubs fans were loud, and they were involved in the game, and I think that does make a difference. So I'm expecting 42,000 screaming Brewers fans to give us the edge on Saturday.
Yeah, and it sounds like, according to Murph and some of the folks there, that it may have actually affected the crew. Like the players definitely, I don't want to say got knocked off their game, but there was an impact there.
Well, I don't know. We've played before large crowds during the year, and we have one of the best road records in baseball. So I think the players are sort of used to, sort of the anti-Brewers crowds on the road. And I mean, I think you just got to give credit to the Cubs. They played better. They hit better, they pitched better, and so we owe it to give our fans the best experience on Saturday. And I'm confident the team's going to come out and play very well.
Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, is with us this morning. All right, so Rick, in terms of how it breaks out, we've got a 7:08 first pitch. How early would you encourage fans to start arriving and then to start getting in the ballpark?
Yeah, the parking lot's open 3.5 hours before first pitch. Gates open 2.5 hours before first pitch. I would tell people to try to get preferred parking or advanced parking, before. Don't rely on being able to get a parking space when you show up. Because we're literally parking everybody where we can, and there's just only so many spaces. So I would say plan early, be patient, but soak it all in. It's great baseball. It's great playoff baseball, and when the gates are open, I think a lot of fans are going to come in and sort of soak it all in.
So what's the deal with the watch party again at Davidson Park? Is that on even though we're a Saturday nighter?
No, that's only when we're on the road.
Okay.
So further watch parties will be discussed if we advance. But we had a lot of fun with, I think over 5,000 people showed up, and it helps with the nice weather. Mother Nature is blessing us with some pretty nice fall weather here. And if we're advancing to the LCS, we'll make some announcements about other watch parties.
Well, it sounds like you had about 5,000 out there for the one for Game 3, Rick. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we've had tremendous turnouts. We had over 10,000 people show up for the postseason rally with Murph flipping pancakes, and then more than 5,000 for the Davidson Park watch party. And I mean, it's infectious, and we love the enthusiasm of the fans, and we want to earn their support by winning this game tomorrow.
I'm sorry, did we ask, as far as tomorrow's game, is that standing room only, or are we at capacity, or how's that looking for any opportunity for anything ticket-wise?
Yeah, it's standing room only. Our capacity is 40,100, and we're over 42,000 tickets sold. So it'll be crowded.
Good.
As far as, and again, being positive, not jinxing us, saying it's going to happen, but we would like and would expect to win Game 5, so that puts us in the National League Championship Series, which right now looks like a Monday, Tuesday in Milwaukee, Rick, if we win?
Yes, Monday, Tuesday, both night games, and then if we're fortunate enough to be in that series, we'll go on to L.A.
And then, so I forget how it works in the NLCS then. Is it 2 in L.A., then 1-1-1, or how did the rest of it break out?
2-3-2. So we'll have 2 home games, 3 in LA, and last one if needed, and then 2 back in Milwaukee.
And tickets for the NLCS, anything left?
Yeah, we're going to announce some things later today. There's a lot of pre-sales, and a lot of people have already bought the tickets, so there's not a lot of tickets left for the LCS, but we will make announcements on the availability. So there's some tickets left.
And no worries about jinxing anything. This is logistics. This is what always is
There's
done.
No jinxing. It's planning ahead. Yes.
Oh yeah, you have to sell the tickets whether or not you know for sure that the games are going to be played, and obviously if the games are not played, people will get a full credit on their credit card, and then if they want to apply it towards 2026 season tickets, we'll do that too. But yeah, it's typical. All teams sell for the rounds that are forthcoming, even if they're not guaranteed that they're going to be playing them.
Great problem to have, Rick, but it's got to be hard from your standpoint, from the business standpoint here, to staff. You don't know. There's times where you don't know which day. We don't know what time. Like, how do you get the concession stands staffed? A lot of those are volunteers. You're parking it. Like everybody. I actually was thinking of you because I knew we were going to talk today. Of like, geez, to find out 24 hours in advance, like what day or time you're even playing, it is a mountain to climb.
Yeah, the good news is we have such great, game day workers, and they love working the postseason games. So we've had no problem with staffing and filling. And I know, Vinny, you volunteered in the concession stands in the past, so I'm assuming you'll be there again tomorrow night serving out brats and dogs.
I didn't know you were doing that. That's great,
did,
Vince.
yeah.
No, I mean
this game.
tomorrow.
I don't know. I may not be available for helping so much. Hard to see the game. Rick, thanks very much, and I sincerely believe and hope we're talking into next week.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Go Brewers.
Yeah.
8:51 on Wisconsin's Morning News. One more time before 9 o'clock here, Debbie.
Delays continue on 894 northbound, technically because of a broken down vehicle blocking the left lane just north of the Hale interchange. So that's going to be affecting your ride coming out of the Rock Freeway as well as from westbound 894, which, by the way, starts to slow down around 60th Street. So that's kind of a hefty ride. On eastbound 94, we got backups from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange to about 27th Street, actually. And then the westbound side slowing from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. A little bit of a backup on northbound 41 heading right past Burleigh. On the southbound side slowing down from the county line to Good Hope Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Anik Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Erik Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement, and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at AnixWealth.com.
No matter what we were doing, the Brewer game was always on. Kind of the background of my childhood. I wore number 17.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was my number.
Yep. This is my friend Jim Gantner. Jim was always my favorite player. We did Jim's roof up in Eden.
Right. The great job he does on homes. Most important is honesty, integrity, and doing a great job.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Potential is like God's love. It lives within everyone and shows us that we are made for more. At Aug Prep, faith ignites excellence in academics, the arts, athletics, and every aspect of our lives. Students don't just realize their full potential, we learn to soar. The #1 K-12 school in Milwaukee is expanding to the North Shore and is now enrolling grades K4 through 6th and 9th. Aug Prep North, made for more. Apply today at augprep.org.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-Awnings or visit comfortawnings.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
.854 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Halloween coming up on us.
It's one of my favorite stories this time of year is always, you know what it is. It's how much is everyone going to pay for Halloween?
Yeah, there's usually some sort of fiscal estimate,
Yes.
and the Americans are going to spend $3 billion or something. I might be in the neighborhood on that figure.
Decorations.
On Halloween.
For costumes and stuff?
Yeah,
Like, what are you
costumes and all
wearing?
that junk, right? You haven't told me what I'm required to wear yet.
Anyway, when it comes to what we're paying for Halloween, candy prices seem to be ticking up again, getting a bit spooky.
Headed out to buy Halloween candy soon?
Trick or treat!
Brace for sticker shock.
Yeah, Reese's!
A report by Wells Fargo's Agri-Food Institute shows cocoa prices have more than doubled since early 2024. While you may find the cost of your favorite candy about the same, you'll likely see smaller offerings. The Institute has found shrinkflation abounds this year. The surge in cocoa prices is linked to heavy rains that triggered black pod disease and crop rot in West Africa, which accounts for about 70% of global cocoa production. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Crop rot isn't something I ever want to hear. Candy makers, by the way, have been cutting back on some of their offerings. So I think all of your standard favorites are going to be out there, but there could be some pullback on some of the offerings just because of the issues.
She mentions shrinkflation. Typically, that's like the box is the same size, but there's less of stuff in it.
So it's not like the M&M is smaller, per se?
Right. Well, I'm worried about that because we've already gone from, like regular old candy bars to like snack size to fun size, and they keep getting smaller. Like you can't cut the square in half anymore. Like,
you're right.
Like Snickers would be like one peanut and a little bit of chocolate. No, it's a Snickers. There's nothing here even.
So Halloween is...
It's fun. Look how much fun this is. This is a fun size.
Halloween is a Friday this year. We should remind everybody. Really? This is the first time we've told anyone. I'm kind of breaking news to the longtime Wisconsin's Morning News listener that we will be bringing back our 4th annual Wisconsin's Morning News Halloween radio show. It will air on Halloween morning right here on the program.
I've seen the script.
And?
I've seen the treatment. I don't know.
Well, come on. You know what happens every year? Every year you do this, you say, well, this script's terrible. And then all of a sudden it airs and you're like, well, that wasn't
that was really good. Right. I don't know. I mean, what was the one a few years ago? It was your childhood story about like a violent Santa Claus.
Yes, who is haunting the little kid.
That was actually pretty good.
That one, you like that one? That one that I wrote when I was 12?
Might be my favorite, yes. Right, because the rest is just they become a caricature of themselves, right?
Okay.
So old-fashioned radio show is sort of the idea, right?
Thanks for selling it out to everybody. Right. I'm glad you're helping the cause here by promoting it.
Oh, please listen anyway. No, it's fun. It's a wonderful
right
script.
On Wisconsin's Morning News.
I like it almost as much as dressing up. 8:57.
Which you're also doing, by the way.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Data from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation shows that the southeast Wisconsin's banking market continues to morph. The 7-county region has seen 6 branch closures, 3 branch openings, and 1 bank relocation so far in 2025. A Milwaukee-based private equity firm acquires a more than 40-year-old Greater Cincinnati specialty chemical manufacturer. Terms of the deal in which Mason Wells has acquired Calvary Industries were not disclosed. A new restaurant serving Mexican and American dishes opens at the site of a former Arby's in Cudahy. It is the second location for Taqueria y Chimichangas Ashley's restaurant, which also has a location in Milwaukee. I'm Linda Spice for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
With over 57 years of experience, family-owned Yutka Fence installs high-quality fencing with residential options, including vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and ornamental fences. Committed to craftsmanship and customer service, Yutka Fence doesn't just build fences, they build relationships based on care, trust, precision, and protecting what matters most. Mention you're a WTMJ fan for 10% off your project. Schedule your free estimate today at yutkafence.com or call 262-859-3226.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hasselus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family. So, your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Friday, October 10th, our top story. Winner take all Saturday in Milwaukee.
I'm Erik Bilstad. School concerns in Waukesha.
Storm team forecast. We've got some shower activity moving into and should soon be moving out of southeast Wisconsin. A lot of these showers starting to break up now as they approach the lake. Then we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 66 degrees. Mainly clear skies overnight, low temperatures lakeside in the upper 40s, well inland in the upper 30s. Right now at 53. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, NLDS does head back to Milwaukee for Game 5.
1-1 coming. Drive to right, and Happ has given the Cubs a 3-0 lead.
That's Ian Happ's 3-run home run off Brewer starter Freddie Peralta in the first inning. That was that. I mean, the Cubs would tack on 3 more. They win 6-0. Series now even at 2 games apiece.
Through 4 games, the Cubs offense has scored 11 first-inning runs against Brewers starting pitching.
First inning is always the toughest for a pitcher, especially in environments like this.
In Game 4, Pat Murphy's lineup scattered just 3 hits.
Boyd was fantastic. He made pitches. How much money did they give him? $39 million. He earned it tonight. He was great.
The series shifts back to Milwaukee for a decisive Game 5 on Saturday. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
So the Brewers tell us they expect a full house, 42,000 some fans cheering on the Crew during Game 5. Brewers President of Business Operations Rick Schlesinger joined us just moments ago on Wisconsin's Morning News. Says you got to plan ahead if you're parking there.
The parking lot's open 3.5 hours before first pitch. Gates open 2.5 hours before first pitch. You know, I would tell people to try to get preferred parking or advanced parking, before. Don't rely on being able to get a parking space when you show up, because we're literally parking everybody where we can, and there's just only so many spaces.
If you're still looking for a ticket, could be some standing room only, but that's it. First pitch, 7:08, Saturday, right here on WTMJ, Game 5 of the American Family Field.
Waukesha school officials considering a plan that could close buildings and shift grade levels district-wide. Enrollment has dropped by nearly 3,000 students since 2013. District says reconstructing could save millions. Sarah Withers is a special education teacher and parent testifying before the board.
These students thrive when they are supported by educators who understand their unique learning styles and when they have access to tailored resources that meet their learning goals. Disrupting the structure risks creating setbacks in progress that can take years to recover from.
Board members say they will still consider to review options and seek more feedback before any set decision.
UW Health is taking part in a new clinical study to see if artificial intelligence can help radiologists interpret mammograms more accurately.
The new clinical trial will examine hundreds of thousands of mammograms, each one randomly assigned for interpretation by a radiologist alone or with the help of an AI tool.
The radiologist has the final say on the interpretation of the mammogram for every mammogram that they look at. We really envision the AI tool kind of as a co-pilot, right, where it's aiding the radiologist to identify cancers.
Dr. Ryan Woods is one of the experts involved in the new trial. UW Health, just one of 7 sites across the country taking part.
We were very happy to participate as the only site in the Midwest.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
After 2 years of war, President Trump announced both Israel and Hamas have signed off now on the first phase of a peace plan for Gaza. Israeli government ratified that deal overnight. ABC's Mary Bruce.
The president's 20-point plan had called for Hamas to disarm and for Gaza to be governed by an apolitical Palestinian committee overseen by an international board of peace with Trump as its chairman. I asked the president what comes next.
What guarantees Hamas disarms and that Israel doesn't resume bombing once the hostages are released?
The first thing we're doing is getting our hostages back.
In Gaza, hope, but also uncertainty. I hope this happiness will be fulfilled and the ceasefire deal will last. This displaced mother says, we don't want them to take their hostages and then return to war.
Israeli military confirmed that the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has gone into effect now in Gaza.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Wall Street is open and looking good this Friday morning. The Dow is up 136, the NASDAQ 53, and the S&P is up 14.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
The Miz.
TikTok Jack, we call him. It was pretty good.
Shout out to Thomas Mosier. Thank you for the ticket, Thomas.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
You should on me again. You did. You should on me.
Dang it.
Try not to should on me.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Keep the comfort in and the weather out with beautiful new windows and doors from Siding Unlimited. For ideas, go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Hey, I've got a great idea. After a long week, relax with an ice-cold beverage and a great Friday fish fry at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill. WTMJ's John Mercure here. With the fall colors here, the drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest is one of the most beautiful in Wisconsin. And the haddock fish fry is all you care to eat. All other dinners are buy one, get one free tonight and this weekend. Order your favorite steak, pan-fried walleye, salmon, pasta. I love the ribs, big fresh salad, even steak and lobster, any entree, all buy one, get one free. Desserts are also buy one, get one free. I really love that. De-stress with an old-fashioned. Choose from over 20 bourbons, 100 wines, 8 unique dining rooms, and your second dinner is free. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the Holy Hill Shrine, an easy drive from anywhere in our area. Now serving a Saturday fall lunch from 11 till 2. Tables are open. Call and reserve your free dinner. Arrive early. Serving starts at 4. It's the Fox and Hounds.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update for the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Yeah, tough night for the Brewers in the Windy City. Looking ahead to Game 5 of the NLDS. That will be in Milwaukee. 7:08 is the first pitch at American Family Field Saturday night. Badgers back at Camp Randall. It's homecoming in Wisconsin. We've got Iowa. Kickoff 6 p.m. Saturday. And the Packers have the Cincinnati Bengals at Lambeau Field. 3:25 kick on Sunday.
WTMJ time saver traffic. Hey, heads up 894 north, just north of the Hale there. It's going to be a bit slow. Left lane's blocked because of a disabled vehicle in that stretch there. So they're dealing with that situation, but it's kind of a mess as you're trying to head north on 894. So pay attention to that. You'll see some flashing squads. It's also a bit tight heading southbound into that stretch there, the Hale as well. So that is snarling some things up. Also, further south, this is all the way down in Walworth County, so south of Delavan even on 43 southbound, all lanes shut down beyond 14 there because of a crash. So that's going to cause some issues heading south on 43 there on the rocks. So 43 south again, Walworth County south of Delavan, right by 14, you're going to see that shut down because of a big crash.
Your WTMJ forecast, morning showers in just the far southeast corner of the state right now, should be moving out. Partly cloudy skies for the remainder of the day, high of 66. Mainly clear skies overnight, chilly low temperatures dropping to the upper 40s lakeside, upper 30s away from Lake Michigan. Weekend looks fantastic, mostly sunny, high 64 on Saturday. Sunday's high 65 under mostly sunny skies. Could see some rain moving in the afternoon or evening. Monday, slight chance of showers, otherwise partly sunny, high 68. Tuesday, mostly sunny and a high of 63. Right now, Milwaukee at 53.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
(9:10) on Wisconsin's Morning News. I want to get a little bit more into the story that we've been covering now for about 24 hours. This was just breaking as we were on the air with you on Thursday. And I think it's unfair, and Erik, you've made a good point, to call this, and I hate this term, but it's an industry term, officer-involved shooting. That's when a police officer has shot someone. And, cop speak is OIS, officer-involved shooting, but it allows us to understand an indication as to what we're dealing with. But in this case, it does involve a police officer, but he wasn't on duty at the time. So is this an officer-involved shooting? Or is it just a couple of people got in an accident?
Right, more the latter, right? And one of them happens to be a cop.
Yes. So let's get into it.
It's always the same narrative. It's always, in my opinion, the usual suspects. Our people are always getting killed by the police officers.
Okay, so here's a woman who claims to have witnessed the deadly encounter between a Milwaukee police officer, who, again, was off duty at the time, and another man. Medical examiner's office, in fact, just this morning, did confirm his identity. Elijah Wilkes, 26 years old. Wilkes is dead. The police officer ended up in the hospital. There was an exchange of gunfire, and this all follows a car accident. Seemed like a fender bender somewhere in the neighborhood of 49th and Mill Road.
As they were assessing the accident, the driver of the other vehicle approached the off-duty officer and pulled a firearm. That subject proceeded to strike the off-duty officer in the face with his firearm. The off-duty officer drew his department-issued firearm, and the two individuals exchanged gunfire, and the subject was struck.
So Milwaukee police have not identified the officer beyond saying that he's 40 years old, got more than 20 years on the job, so certainly not a rookie. He was in plain clothes, though, as we suggested, on his way to work. He got into this car accident, and as you heard the chief say, he and the other guy, Elisha Wilkes, were at some point both out of their vehicles, and as the chief described it, they're looking at the damage. And then all of a sudden got into it. As is so often the case, you have two narratives here. And that's not new. When I was reporting for TMJ4.
Forever. It's been going on. Yeah.
Yes, right. You'd get out to the scene of these. You've been out to the scene as a reporter, and you hear different things. You hear all kinds of stories and people who said, I saw this and I saw that. And some of those things were entirely true. Some were a matter of perspective and opinion. We all sort of see the world in different ways. Our biases, our even physical position in relationship to what we saw, can change things. And then some were just out and out lies. And you have to try to sort that out as a reporter of this person's trying to put something out there and get on the news saying something that's not true. So you work through that. But according to a number of witnesses, so whether it's that woman whom you just heard here on the radio, somebody that you saw on TV, read about in the paper, quotes in the paper, number of witnesses saying that it was the MPD officer, again, plain clothes, off duty, but still the guy who was the cop. It was the MPD officer who provoked the attack, and there was absolutely no reason that this officer should have discharged his firearm, shouldn't have got into this mess. That is not the story that Milwaukee Police Chief Jeff Norman is telling.
There is a lot of stuff going on in social media right now, and I want to ask the public to very much have patience in regards to this process. As I just said, there will be a video that released this particular situation.
So Chief saying, yep, I've heard it too. I know what's floating around out there. I know what people are saying. And you heard him reference the video, which is super important here. Chief Norman says there is video of the confrontation. I want to play you a little bit more of an interaction between the chief and one of the reporters who was on scene. I'm sorry I don't know who it was because I don't have the video. I'm listening on the audio, but the reporter does a good job here in another spot that I'm not going to play. But anyway, really peppering the chief with some important questions for clarification.
The officer, I believe, was in plainclothes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He didn't have a body camera on. What video do you have?
We have video. It'll be released according to the investigative procedures that we have there, but there is video, very clear video of this incident.
So in Milwaukee, the Fire and Police Commission has standards, and they've recently been updated, in fact, to accelerate the timeline. Standards that require the release of video in these incidents under a certain timeline. What's interesting here is I'm not sure if the fact that this is not body camera video and the fact that MPD is not the investigating agency. It's West Allis Police who will come in, and they always talk about this. There's this task force, or what do they call it? Some inter-office agreement.
To help each other and to look into these cases.
Right. So you're not going to have a police department investigating its own officer-involved shooting. So there are a number of police departments that agree, okay, when our number is up, and in this case, it's West Allis. West Allis will come in and independently investigate this shooting.
There's no body cam, so there shouldn't be. This has nothing to do with police departments.
So that's what's interesting, is if the officer is not on duty and it's not police body camera video, does that therefore fit the same parameters of needing to release video in other types of situations?
No, right? I mean... But we've seen video of instances or possible criminal acts or whatever it be before any charges would be filed or anything. In this case, doesn't appear that charges would be filed, and the one victim the one subject is dead. So when would that start the clock ticking on when you would release something?
So you have those questions out there, and sorry, I just getting a text from somebody I knew. Milwaukee Area Investigative Team.
Thank
you.
That's
what I was looking for.
Good, because that's, yes.
And that's the arrangement that allows for the investigation by outside agencies. So I think it is an important question to ask. Are we really looking at this as a quote-unquote officer-involved shooting, or is it just a guy who was on his way to work who happens to be a cop, right? And then what is that video going to show? Ultimately, regardless in any sort of criminal investigation, video that comes from surveillance cameras or whatever, when that becomes part of a charging decision or a non-charging decision or whatever, they're considered public record. And so people ultimately get a chance to see that. But when that happens, I guess we just don't know.
So if it's that compelling, I mean, why wouldn't you push to get that out sooner than later just to pour water on this?
Well, so I think that's really interesting. I think that's what the reporter was going here with the chief is, all right, you've got this video, and I'll say this about the chief, he speaks very confidently as to the timeline of events here, as to who initiated the attack. And then to say, you're going to see the video. And so what that leads me to believe is that the chief believes Elijah Wilkes was the guy in the wrong here who started this thing with the off-duty officer, and that the video will exonerate one of his own here, and that you would have that. So to your point, would you not want to release that video sooner rather than later to help tamp things down? Yeah. That said, seen this before too. They're going to release the video, and people are going to see what they want to see to some degree. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it's clear as day, and there's just simply no denying what's in front of you. But the angle could be not right, or it could be this or whatever. And, it takes a lot to break people out of their own narrative. You have to be open to, in any case, even if you're, and I'm pro-cop, back the blue, okay. And I got a lot of cops who are friends. But you still have to be open to, in any case, was somebody here on his own time, just on his way to work, in the wrong? So you have to be open to that possibility. You also have to be open to the possibility that this cop did nothing wrong and was defending himself against the guy who out of the blue just attacked him. We don't know. We haven't seen the video yet, but I think listening to how the chief had presented that.
Your impression from his tone.
Right. Is that, look, I'm going to show you this video, and you're going to see pretty clearly here exactly what happened. The officer did end up in the hospital. He is injured. And how was it described by the chief that he was hit in the mouth, like pistol whipped is the term, hit in the mouth by the suspect or the now deceased Elijah Wilkes, who had a gun, by the way.
Butt of the gun.
find interesting one of the narratives in the newspaper, reading that article, and they're talking to people just like we heard from the woman before, and they're like, well, reportedly family members saying, well, this would have been out of character for Elijah. He wasn't like that. Well, okay, why has he got a gun? Why is the gun out at any point? I heard that on every single crime scene that I was ever on where there was someone who was involved. He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this. He was a good guy. He was a good person. He was every single one. So we'll see what the video reveals, but we would expect that out at some point. I'm sorry I can't give you a better timeline, but there are too many questions.
Hopefully sooner than later, you would think.
Yes. Coming up on 9:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Ho, ho, ho! Don't let Christmas shopping sneak up on you. It's Toyland time at Fleet Farm. We've stocked up on the hottest toys from brands like Lego, Barbie, Melissa and Doug, John Deere, and more. And get ready, our annual toy giveaway happens at 7 a.m. Saturday, October 11th, where the first 125 customers will get a free Toyland toy. Check out our selection of all things under the tree at the best prices guaranteed at Fleet Farm. And don't forget to build the kids' wish list from our Toyland catalog at fleetfarm.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout, regroup, make sure the right play is called. And when it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team, Gina's in the huddle right now. She's the quarterback, making sure Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have a game-winning plan. You can check out the championship caliber play call this month, and here it is. Whole house of beautiful new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. And get this, 0% interest on your financing for up to 60 months. That's a run and drive that keeps the chains moving, no penalties, no extra interest. And I can tell you, certainly experience in the Vitrano home, our Pella windows are beautiful products. They work hard to stop the drafts, and they look fantastic in the home. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. And think about this. Now you're getting energy savings. You've got comfort and great monthly payments that you can actually manage. It's why we trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin in our home. It's why it's the right time to make your move now. Call today. Schedule your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply, and the deal ends at the end of this month.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Okay, so not going to play any highlights. Because frankly, there aren't any.
There weren't any Brewers highlights.
Because there wasn't any. So Game 5, all the marbles tomorrow night at AmFam Field. This is why home field advantage matters in these playoffs. This is why you want the better record. So when it becomes a best of one, you're playing that at home in front of the home crowd. So they do expect full house tomorrow night. Sounds like, according to Rick Schlesinger, there might be some SROs of still available, standing room only tickets. But otherwise, place should be packed.
Home crowd, I think we talked about it before the playoffs, and I always suggest, all you need to do is get in. All you need to do is get in. But this home field advantage thing, Brewers had the best road record in baseball. But that was not a good environment for the Brewers.
It clearly mattered.
Field. I feel like they felt it.
I remember saying to a buddy, because I was watching the game with some friends, Game 3. When Game 3 started, that was the one that started at 4:08 or whatever. Yeah. I remember saying, boy, they look like a Game 1 team right now, meaning all tight.
Yes.
They just started just tight. They made it a game. It got close, but they look super tight. And then yesterday, I don't know what you would call that, but clearly it matters to be back at home. So that will be in their favor. So the question now is, who do you pitch? Who starts? So it's possible Aaron Ashby will get the start. That's one name that's being thrown out there. Now, he started a game before. He hasn't had a great series so far.
Right. He was our, game 2 starter?
He was your opener.
Yeah, and got roughed up in the first inning.
Yeah. So there's that. Or maybe, does Quinn Priester get a couple of innings? Remember, he only threw 39 pitches.
Please see earlier first inning from Priester for perspective on that. Okay.
One name that for sure is going to be used. Don't know if he starts, but he's for sure going to get some time, and that's
The Miz. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball at 102, up and out of the zone. Swing and a miss, fastball at 104.
104, this kid hit when he pitched in game
Struggled
2.
a bit with his control. Got the job done, but he had Ebby Calvin LaLouche written all over him for a little bit.
And again, this, it goes back to all of the storylines. We haven't even gone into the whole Kevin Costner bit here. I mean, and I'm not even talking about Field of Dreams. I'm talking about why is the movie
Major League?
Yes, no, LaLouche.
Because that's not Costner. Yeah, Bull Durham.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What's your storyline from Bull Durham?
The Miz.
Outside of Luke LaLouche. Yeah, right. Guy's got a thunderbolt for an arm.
You can be all creative all you want. You can be that dorky, fun, tall guy that looks like a baby giraffe who's got all the what I can't even think of what's the silly cards?
Pokemon? Oh, he's a
That's
Pokemon fan.
Yes, he can do all of that crazy stuff as long as you lock in when you have to.
I see what you're looking for is the shower shoes line.
Yes,
from the thing, right?
Thank you.
So Crash Davis, who's the old veteran catcher, is telling the young pitcher with the lightning bolt, thunderbolt for an arm.
Yes.
He's got crummy shoes, and he's trying to tell him, you're not a big deal yet. Once you're a big deal, anything you do, any quirk, any idiosyncrasy, it will be viewed positively.
Yeah, it's charming.
Anything you do is charming. Right. And the line was, you went 20 in the show, you can let the mold grow back on your shower shoes, and the press will call you colorful. Till then, you're just a slob.
Yes.
Same thing was true about old Bill Belichick when he was coaching the New England Patriots for all those years, and they were winning championship after championship, and he was a grumpy old man who didn't answer anybody's questions, and he was kind of a jerk to a lot of people. And when you're winning, that's Belichick. He's just a tough old guy. Well, how about that? That's just dude. And then when you start losing, when you're at North Carolina and it looks like a disaster, or your team's not winning championships, you're just a jerk.
Yep.
So it's all good when you're winning.
Okay, so that's another story.
Boy, I took that ball and ran with it. I'm sorry. You continue on
that's
your line of
it goes.
thought.
It's something that was said by Christian Yelich after the game last night, and I swear this guy has become. I always kind of liked him, right? He was here in the building once, so we got to meet him, and he just seems like a good dude. And he said this yesterday.
It's part of the story, man. Sometimes you're going to have to win some big games, and you face some adversity in the postseason.
That's right. It's part of the story.
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
Hey, is this heaven? No, it's Milwaukee.
This adds
the aforementioned
to the story.
Costner.
Yes, again, Costner. This adds to if and when we make our Hollywood movie pitch, which you heard on this very program at this very time yesterday or last week, that has to be part of it. You're going.
It ends in a good way.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature, sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Breast reconstruction is an important aspect of comprehensive breast cancer care, offering the opportunity to restore breast shape following mastectomy. Here to tell us more about breast reconstruction, including timing and approaches to reconstruction, is Dr. Patrick Hettinger, a Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin plastic surgeon. Dr. Hettinger, what is breast reconstruction?
Breast reconstruction is part of the surgical care for our breast cancer patients. Our goals in breast reconstruction include creating a size, shape, and symmetry that the patient is happy with. There are multiple options for timing in breast reconstruction. Immediately at the time of the cancer surgery, staged 1 or 2 weeks after cancer surgery, or delayed months or even years after the cancer treatment. There are 2 paths that a patient can go down. One path involves an implant-based reconstruction. The other uses their own tissue. Our gold standard is the abdominal tissue, which provides a lifelong reconstruction.
How do patients choose which option might be best for them?
The patient is the ultimate decider. However, with input from the surgical team, we develop a treatment plan that is ideal for that patient. In an implant-based reconstruction, the recovery time is a little bit less. However, implants may need to be exchanged over time. We also take into account donor sites if patients have adequate tissue to offer for breast reconstruction. We use a multidisciplinary approach to breast cancer care with a very comprehensive team. Our surgical oncologists, radiation oncologists, and our plastic surgeons communicate very closely to develop a treatment plan that's appropriate for the patient. Patients may elect not to undergo breast reconstruction, and down the road, if they decide that breast reconstruction is something that is of interest to them, we are always available to discuss their options.
Why should patients choose the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network for their reconstruction?
At Froedtert and the Medical College, we have a comprehensive approach to breast reconstruction with fellowship-trained surgeons and oncologists. We offer the most cutting-edge techniques and the most advanced techniques.
The latest options available at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Dr. Patrick Hettinger, thanks for being with us today. Find a doctor who's right for you by visiting Froedtert.com.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The White House Communications Director says the Nobel Committee placed politics over peace by not awarding the Nobel Peace Prize to President Trump. It went to Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Machado. The first phase of the peace deal in Gaza is underway as Israeli forces have withdrawn to areas specified in the White House agreement. The clock, meanwhile, ticking on a 72-hour window for Hamas to release all hostages. ABC national security and intelligence analyst Mick Mulroy says,
this is a very difficult time, but obviously a very good time for the families of these hostages and Israel and the people in Gaza, which will see a substantial increase in humanitarian assistance.
National Guard troops on patrol in Memphis, the latest city where President Trump's deployed troops, but no troops in Illinois after a federal judge granted an order restraining troops from the state. The government shutdown continues and looks set to stretch into next week. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center this morning, 9:31 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers, indeed, tough loss, but we're back at American Family Field Saturday night, Game 5 in the National League Divisional Series. Winner takes all. Brewers President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, telling us just this morning.
Having home field advantage, having the crowd, I think that's a big deal. I was at Wrigley for these past two games, and the Cubs fans were loud, and they were involved in the game, and I think that does make a difference. So I'm expecting, 42,000 screaming Brewers fans to give us the edge on Saturday.
First pitch set for 7:08 p.m. Saturday, Game 5 at AmFam.
Man accused of putting super glue into his coworker's soda will avoid jail time. Joe Ross pleaded guilty to one felony charge of placing foreign objects in edibles. Prosecutors say woman working at State Fair Park noticed a strong chemical smell coming from her open drinks on her desk. She'd been getting sick after consuming those drinks. Now, after putting up a hidden camera, she caught Ross adding a substance to them. It turned out to be super glue. A judge stayed Ross's sentence of 18 months in jail, placing him on probation instead.
Milwaukee Repertory Theater will debut its reimagined and totally rebuilt space tomorrow.
One thing that people will see right away when they come into the theater, all three levels are now connected, which was not the case before.
The $80 million project focused on preserving the history of the building on Wells and Water while improving accessibility. This includes more bathrooms, elevators, better seating with the building's original archways and brick. Rich Tennyson, board chair of EUA, tells WTMJ.
I think they're going to be blown away. I think that for those who've been here before, every experience I'm confident will be better in this new theater. There's not a bad sightline in the theater.
The new Milwaukee Rep's grand opening is a concert with Tony Award winner Bernadette Peters on Saturday. Elizabeth Linton, WTMJ News.
Get ready for one more big traffic headache on 894.
Hang in there. Just one more weekend left for the 894 resurfacing project that requires a 54-hour closure. Milwaukee drivers, you've been handling it like a champ. As a reminder, starting tonight at 11 p.m., 894 southbound will be closing between Greenfield Avenue and the Hill until Monday the 13th at 5:30 a.m. Along with this, they'll be closing down the ramps from 94 eastbound to southbound and westbound to southbound in the Zoo interchange to help out with traffic control. As usual, everything is weather dependent. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
News about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. So far, so good on Wall Street. The Dow is up 136 to 46,494. The Nasdaq is up 53 to 23,078, and the S&P up 14 to 6749.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ time saver traffic. The issues we saw in 894 there just north of the Hale are now clear, so that's good news. So no issues there. Typical delays on 4145 in both directions because of the construction. And also in Walworth County, way down south of Delavan on 43, a big accident there that has shut down 43 southbound. So right around 14, they don't have that reopened until you get all the way to 90 for the most part. So dealing with a big crash on 43 south of Delavan there in Walworth County.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. We have morning showers moving out over Lake Michigan. Skies turning partly cloudy then today with a high of 66 degrees. Mainly clear skies overnight. Chilly lows down to the upper 40s by the lake. Upper 30s if you're well away from Lake Michigan. For the weekend, mostly sunny Saturday, high 64. Sunday, mostly sunny. Chance of rain by the afternoon or evening hours and a high of 65. Monday, slight chance of showers, otherwise partly sunny, high 68, and 63, the high temperature on Tuesday under mostly sunny skies. Right now, Milwaukee at 53.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Insisted on coming back to explain it in person and make sure everything was okay. Vince Vitrano here from my team at Horner Plumbing. I'm telling you, we've had this project in our home. We're just moving our washer and dryer like 5 feet. There was a lot of stuff that we had to do, including plumbing. And I had a question that occurred to me days after CJ and Kaylee were out there finishing up our work. So I email Erin over there at Horner Plumbing, and she calls me like right away. And CJ, she says, is coming by. Are you around? He wants to come by. I said, I don't need him to make a special trip. I just want to follow up with a question too. So he's in the area. He wants to make sure everything is okay. He wants to show you anything that you need in person, and he'll be there shortly. Wow, what super service. It makes sense. Horner Plumbing, trusted local name for more than 50 years in our community. And you don't last that long without being honest, without having reliable service. It's why Horner is in my contacts list under plumber. I got your plumber. Let's get him in your contacts list now. And $50 off your first service when you tell him Vinny sent you. Get started at HornerPlumbing.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at ACCUNET.com.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools to help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
On Wisconsin's Morning News. Barring the unforeseen, you'll have the federal government shutdown extending through the weekend and into early next week.
Happening today.
It's actually not happening today. Actually, we should put pancake on that. Do we need Greg to have our guy make us a not happening today?
Yep. It's
What's happening today is what is not happening today, and there will not be a vote in the U.S. Senate in an attempt to reopen the government. Although the previous 7 votes on both the Republican plan and the Democrat plan have failed, so I guess what's it matter if you're just going to keep doing the same thing? The Senate today is not in session, and senators are not expected to return to session until Tuesday. So that's the earliest it looks like there could be any resolution, and it's starting to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Federal workers will get back pay, but one thing is getting left out on this. When there's a shutdown like this, people that are contractors don't get back pay. They don't get paid. So we're talking janitorial services, food services that are in all of these federal buildings all around the country.
That's Senator James Lankford, Republican, Oklahoma. And I keep trying to share stories like this and others of how this affects people beyond government. Because I think it's easy to sit back and say, well, I don't work for the government. I'm not a government employee. Or folks who have attitudes about government employees. Well, okay, but this is starting to affect all kinds of people at different levels. Got another example here. Got a friend who, and you know who I'm talking about, but don't want to use her name here because she just sent me this note, but just was expressing some frustration because she's trying to become a small business owner. She has wanted for years to buy this business. In fact, since I've known her, she's been telling me about it. Like, well, we think we might be able to buy the business. The owner's looking to sell. Ultimately, it's something that she's been a part of for some time, and now they want to buy the business, right? And they were set. Like it was supposed to happen this week. They're waiting for final approval on their loan package through the Small Business Administration, which is part of the federal government, and now they can't get it due to the shutdown. You know, will it ultimately work out? Yes, but like their plans, their dreams are on hold right now because of this.
Yeah, it's just uncertain. You just no one knows what to do. How do you do it? That sucks.
You know another guy who's affected by this.
Yeah,
Greg
all too
Pancake
well.
Hill,
Me?
producer
Yep.
of Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, listen here, government.
You got an axe to grind here?
I'm affected
What's your
by
problem
this.
here by this?
So I'm in the process of hiring for 2 different open positions right now.
Okay.
Going through all the things. The offer signed, great. They got to pass a background check. And I'm waiting on that being processed. Got to go through all the agencies and checks and points and all that. And I'm waiting. And I'm still waiting. And I don't know when I'm going to stop waiting.
And that's so passing a background check is pretty standard procedure for if you want to work at the coffee shop.
And, yeah, I was going to say
anywhere, right? Like people run background checks on you, and that's federal, huh?
Yeah, apparently. I guess I was just, which I didn't know either. But it's like, hey, we obviously have to contact some authorities with some sort of information. And I got a message from our HR person yesterday and was like, hey, background check's on hold until the government shutdown's over. I was like, what? Okay.
Well, I mean, that's like you just said, Vince, like a lot of companies do that. Pretty standard ops.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting that no one is going to get hired then?
Or I'm ratting out our HR person, and I'm sorry, but I'm come on, like, it's kind of putting a wrench in the cog, so to speak.
So I just bring it up again because it's easy to look at it, particularly in the early days of this doesn't affect me. And so why do they keep talking about all whatever? Well, we're getting to the it affects me standpoint. We've talked the last several days about travel. If you've got folks coming to town or if you're planning on airline travel, TSA is starting to get affected. Air traffic control is starting to get affected. It shouldn't be because they're essential workers, but some of those folks appear to be taking job action to try to push this along. As they will ultimately be paid, but are coming up on when they'll miss their paycheck. The men and women in our U.S. military about to miss a paycheck. And again, they remain on duty, but, well, they'll all get the back pay. That's fine, but can you make it week to week, month to month if you're not getting paid? So just a point of empathy for everyone who is affected in different ways that we might all be affected that we hadn't thought of before.
Speaking of pancake, it's Friday. You know what that means?
Oh, it's the pancake breakfast special.
Yeah, good old-fashioned
we should cancel. That's too much pancake for 1/2 hour. Don't you think?
Thing.
No, you all set to
Give
go?
the people what they want.
Yes. More pancakes next.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house?
Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
Harborage. I honestly didn't know that was a word until the Bugman told me about it. Vince Vitrano here for the Bugman and Queen Bee, your best in local pest defense. Got an email from Adam. He's the Bugman over there, but obviously, as we're talking about rodents, yeah, they do that too. And Adam wrote to me, dropping temps, you've got the mice and rats will be looking for harborage for the winter. In other words, they're done camping out this summer. They want your house for their winter home where it's nice and warm. No, thank you. We had this done at our house. Adam and his team, they do the full rodent inspection, so they're looking for spots. They look inside, they look outside for any spots where critters might gain entry to your home. It does not take a big opening. Best thing you can do is keep them out. Bugman can help with that. Or if you do got some critters inside, the Bugman will get them out. 20% off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. Bugman, queenbee.com.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
Hey, the holiday season is fast approaching. I know, hard to believe, right? WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you own a company or are in management, you know how valuable your loyal, hardworking employees are. Show your appreciation with a company holiday party at the Mine Shaft Family Restaurant in Hartford, one of my favorites. The party rooms are free, and the food is so affordable. That world-class game room adds a ton of fun, especially if the kids are invited. Your holiday party does not have to be expensive. Don't break the bank. The Mine Shaft will create a party to fit your budget. If you own a small business, the Mine Shaft is perfect for you and your team. Have your next team building lunch or dinner at the Mine Shaft. Your employees will really appreciate you. Reserve your company or family holiday party, team event, or kids' birthday party at the Mine Shaft Restaurant. Do it now. Grab the best dates. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near EAA. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft. There's no restaurant inflation at the Mine Shaft. Stop and dine this week. Just Google it. The Mine Shaft Restaurant.
9:46 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Busy week. We had a lot of stuff that we had intended to talk about, or at least was in the conversation, but just didn't quite find its way into the rundown.
Too much breaking news.
Yeah, a lot of things happening. Well, when that happens, we asked Greg Pancake Hill, who got his nickname because he used to work at the Pancake House on the South Side. We asked him to whip up a little something with the leftovers. It's a segment we call the Pancake Breakfast Special.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
This is going to be... Okay, wait. Sorry. That's on me. I'll own that one. I'm sorry. This is going to be the weirdest thing that you're going to hear on the radio today, maybe until Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzing and Jessica Ty.
She calls herself the Mary Poppins of sex rooms.
Yeah, sure you do, Greg.
Bring gin and jumper cables.
I love that show, by the way. That is not a dig on Greg. I've produced for Greg many a times. Love that show. All right, until then, I'm going to play a piece of a composition for you. And you're going to be very confused as to what you're listening to, but it's going to be pretty sweet, okay? Here we go. This is a piece called 11,000 Strings. And what you're listening to is 50 pianos with a little percussion in there, all playing at once, but they're all tuned a little differently. No piano is tuned the same. I will pedestrianize this as much as possible, okay? Because I play music, but I barely conceptualize like what this means. In Western music, there's 12 notes. Each note separated by what's called a semitone, or a half-step note, either above or below. Think about a piano, right? Go down the keys, that's a half step, or a full step if you go two. In between those notes, though, are called semitones. In between those semitones are roughly 100 stages of pitch. Those are called microtones. Each piano is tuned 2 stages higher or lower than the one next to it, and this is how it sounds. Is that not wild to you?
So, What is it exactly we're listening to?
So it's a piece. It's like an orchestration, right? Like this is an orchestra. Think of it that way. But it's 50 pianos in a circle with the players' backs facing the crowd who is in the middle, and they're all playing the same piece at the same time, but each piano is tuned just differently than the one next to it. So when you get 50,000 pianos, listen to like the wob wob. Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard? And the fact that it works is even weirder. Why? You look perplexed.
I feel like wildlife should be emerging, or it should be causing some sort of
or like a horror movie, right?
Yeah,
so
some shift in the tectonic plates.
So this is happening right now at the Park Avenue Armory. It's in New York City, which is a pretty cool venue. It's basically an empty airplane hangar. They stock it with concerts, art shows, things like that. So what's going on right now is, again, people are in the middle. Like the crowd is in the middle, surrounded by 50 pianos. Now, here's the cool thing. The composer, whose name is Georg Friedrich, doesn't even take credit for the idea.
The idea of this commission did not come from myself because of an easy reason. I never would have dared to make this suggestion. Nobody would have believed that this is possible.
Like legit composers are like, what are we doing here? The idea came from a friend who said he toured a piano factory in China. When they was touring, they had 100 pianos all being played by machines at the same time. It was kind of a stress test. The qualifications are if the piano fails after 24 hours of straight playing it, it's not up to their standards. So pretty big deal. So yeah, this idea of like, what if we did this, but like kind of supersized it? It's kind of freaky. If you want to listen to the whole piece, there's a sample on YouTube. I put it on our website. Text Pancake to WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. You can listen to more of the piece yourself. Is that not wild to you?
Yeah, like I seriously think that should cause animals to stir in a certain way, or like don't play it around the pets because they might,
It's freaky, right?
Like it's a primal thing.
You can kind of hear it. There's some violins in there. So we'll end with this.
How long can you listen to that, though?
I know,
You say you can listen to the whole, okay, I got it.
Right, yeah. And
Thank you.
It kind of changes. This is just a sample. We've only played 3 minutes of it. But it kind of changes. But we'll end with this. The coolest thing I thought the composer Friedrich said, and maybe you'll resonate with this if you feel just a little different. Maybe you're just tuned off a little couple semitones next to the person next to you. You know what I mean? Maybe a little out of tune. Being yourself. Just listen to this.
Out of tune is extremely beautiful.
And being out of tune is extremely beautiful, isn't it?
Greg Matzik is sitting in here in a hot dog costume.
He's in a hot dog suit.
I can't believe I read the newscast without laughing.
Very warm.
For over 40 years, the Boucher Automotive Group is proud to have served Wisconsin with dedication and heart, one customer at a time. But we knew we could do even more.
In the last 5 years, we've expanded across the state, adding new locations, new brands, and new ways to better serve you.
At Boucher, growth isn't always about being bigger. It's about being better. Better selection, better service, better experiences.
Where you're going matters, and Boucher is driven to get you there. The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Chiropractic care for anxiety. Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic, and I started seeing Dr. Alex Young and his team years ago, and it was because my back hurt. But there are many other benefits to chiropractic care, and I was talking with one of my fellow patients the other day. Her name's Aubrey, and Aubrey shared that she has struggled with severe anxiety all her life, and that she's tried everything, and finally sought relief at Connect Chiropractic. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. The docs use a special tool to get your spine aligned and your entire nervous system functioning properly. And for Aubrey, that has meant just weeks in, relief now from that anxiety. And she keeps getting better all the time. Tell them Vinny sent you. To Connect Chiropractic, Delafield, Wauwatosa, and now Oak Creek. Go connectchiro.com.
I know why you continue to live in pain. It's because you don't believe anything can be done to help. Maybe you bought into something and you've been burned before. I mean, your skepticism, it's understandable. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we use powerful, anti-inflammatory, and cushioning pharmacological medicines to ease your pain. They're FDA approved, and most medical insurance is going to pay for our treatments, including Medicare and Medicaid. And that's the litmus test. Because if insurance has shown to cover the cost of many of our patients' treatments, you can be sure it's valid medicine. It's not a biological treatment considered experimental or some new gimmick that's trying to hook you. The Rejuvenex approach to pain relief is legitimate. It helps to alleviate pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. And from what we've seen, it gives people a new lease on their lives.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
I wanted to get my frustration out because after sitting there watching all that stuff, I'm like, I've learned nothing.
What do you think should happen? Like, who do you blame right now?
I blame both sides.
But what's the solution? How do they move forward? Who is it beholden on to come up with a deal to get the 7 votes that they need in the Senate?
Someone other than Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker Mike Johnson, or John Thune.
Chuck
Schumer. Someone other than them taking leadership. They're fools.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Tomorrow night, right here on WTMJ Radio, 7:08 first pitch, AmFam Field, Game 5, winner take all, Brewers and Cubs National League Divisional Series game.
Man, I know you don't want to hear it. It's not even just me. I'm getting texts now from the apocalyptic side of things.
Trouble.
I got this one from a friend. I just got to win at home. I like our chances. And then, but
oh, stop it.
We are officially at Seattle onside kick time.
Oh, come on. Come on.
My dad's not going to go to the game. He won't go.
Oh, no.
He has tickets.
For fear of...
He won't go.
Man,
I will not go, he wrote. Inevitable. This franchise is cursed.
Okay,
he won't go.
Do you know...
I had to talk him into even buying playoff tickets in 18. He almost didn't want to go to Game 7 of the NLCS. I'm like, Dad, we have to go see our team.
Do you know who's feeling worse than Milwaukee right now? Philadelphia.
Pajes breaks his bat. Kirkring got to find it. Throws to the plate. Oh, my goodness. He throws it away. And the Dodgers have won.
The Dodgers win. Advanced to the NLCS.
To the NLCS.
They walked off in 12 innings. Bases loaded, ground ball error. So the pitcher...
2 outs, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 outs. That was BA, by the way, with the call. Great call on TBS.
Great call.
So the pitcher...
Missing him a lot during
bases
the series.
loaded, ground ball to him. Now, it was hit hard at him. It kind of ricocheted. He decided to go home with the ball instead of turning and throwing it to first. Probably would have had a better shot getting the guy running the first, and that would have been the 3rd out, so the run wouldn't have walked it off. Instead, he went home, threw it wild. Terrible throw. Kind of reminded me of watching Little League a little bit, the way his body language was when he kind of threw that ball away.
No!
So listen to the call, the Spanish call, because you can tell right away what went wrong.
Es Kim en la tercera. Lanzamiento viene. Batazo por la lomita. Piso la bola Kirkring. Tira hasta el home plate. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué tiró hasta el home plate?
Why did you throw at the home plate? Please, why did you do that? And that ended the game. And not only that, the Eagles got crushed by the hapless New York Giants in Thursday Night Football. So if you want to feel a little bit better, just know that, all right? And make sure you pack the place tomorrow night.
Well, this series, it's been everything we thought it might be. Kind of felt for the last 2 weeks of the regular season that the Brewers and Cubs were probably headed on a collision course. Well, it's a best of 5 to see who's going to win the season series in August here at Wrigley Field. Well, now you're going to see a best of 5 to see who plays the Dodgers in the CS.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions.